Just failed my cinematography midterm. Happy 6 months, chat. Big ups from the island. Has flex. Sussy. New dog win, please. Bisexual pride. 4 months with Hasan. Let's go. What's up, chat? What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California.
What a fucking weaselly little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Fuck it, I'm saying it. America deserved 9/11.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking weaselly little liar, dude. What a fucking weaselly little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit, dude. Literally lying. What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking weaselly liar, dude. What a fucking What's going on, everybody? Holy fucking, what the fuck?
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, a fantastic afternoon, a fantastic pre-noon. No matter where you are in the world, I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from now sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We are live and alive, and I hope all the boys, all the girls, and all the NBs are having a fantastic one because, folks, because it's Tuesday, October 12th.
Time to support
2021.
the rich capitalists Omega Lol.
And it's a wonderful day today. Beautiful day today. I worked out earlier this morning, and I'm feeling pretty fucking
Listen,
good.
marry me, please, Hassel.
And my God,
Hassel.
today's a good day. So, you know, hopefully chat does not fuck that up. Chat doesn't take that as a fucking, you know, challenge. My back is feeling okay right now. Hopefully they will not. Hopefully my back doesn't get worse. But you know, I have something that I'm doing with offline TV later today. That's right, little shoot ski, little content, little extra content on the side. You know what I'm saying? So that will require me to, I suspect, be a little physical, and I am worried about it. I told you guys I get really excited I get really
Yes, sir.
excited when other, you know, content creators that I hang out with on the regular are like, yo, we want you to be a part of this. Like, we want you to be involved in this, you know, video or whatever. I find it
12 months and my brain is
very
completely
exciting
normal.
for me
What's good?
specifically. I don't know.
Life
It's
is so
just
much
like,
better than a year ago.
I feel like a kid that never got picked and now I'm getting picked. You know what I mean? Hurting yourself for content? Yeah, exactly. What can be the worst possible outcome for your back? Get it fucked up again? Get it tweaked again? Get it twisted again? That would be the worst possible outcome for my back. It would be really, really fucking bad, actually. It would be terrible. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, try out that spine deck, lay on it for 10 minutes to stretch your back. No, dude, chatter. Let me tell you something. As far as like spine stuff goes, like the amount of stuff I do for my spine is
Let's go.
unfathomable. Okay, I do all of that. I use a lacrosse ball. I do a bunch. You throw the kitchen sink at your spine? Yeah, literally. New Facebook leak just dropped. I obtained the Facebook Streaker list of banned dangerous individuals and organizations which can't be freely discussed on the company's platforms, and today we're publishing it in full. Revealed Facebook's secret blacklist of dangerous individuals and organizations. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, dude. Uh-oh. I did not even see this. This shit just like, they just dropped this shit like right now. What is this?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You
My
broke
back is broken.
what? A vertebrae or
Well,
what portion?
Spinal.
That's right. That's me. Get pegged aggressively in the asshole to straighten out your back. Good old stretching works wonders. Let me tell you something. The thing is, like, for my back, dude. For my back, what I found to be working. I mean, it's just like, it's weird. It just hurts in the mornings a lot. You know? It just hurts in the mornings. I don't know why. It fucking sucks. What are you gonna do? Don't fade into Bolivian like Mike said. Wait, what the fuck does that mean? You need femboy posture. Anyway, don't make you guys don't have to make
Oh, you're having a good day. Hold
recommendations in here. Terror. There's a lot of fucking, damn, bro. There are a lot of fucking Middle Eastern.
Happy 6 months. I told
and
my family about
you know,
less than 3.
Asian terror cells in here, dude. What the fuck? I'm looking at the list right now. I'm not a doctor, but I think you need to see a doctor. I have seen a doctor. And people saying fragile ass. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm old. Okay?
2 months.
And when you're fucking old, you become more fragile. So it is what it is. Yeah, there's a Gabby Petito Corner press conference that we will tune into at 10:30.
Love you, chat. Hassle.
Okay. We'll talk about some boomers today. As far as personal news goes, you know, ended the broadcast last night after playing a little bit of video games. That's right. That is a thing that happens on this broadcast now. Like, many people were thinking like, oh, dude, video games will never make a return. They will never make a return. Just kidding. They have made a return in a big way. Okay? In a really big way, too.
4 months, lads. Peepo, hey. your stuff and hope your day goes amazing, Hassel.
What? Bro, don't send me links from people who are still getting fucking pummeled by members of this community. I don't like that.
What do you do when you're down in the slum?
Because like
Bible thump.
that's not what I want. I don't want you guys to go and fucking, you know, harass people that I point to. There's like people out there that deserve it and then people that don't, and some members of this community do not have that like understanding where they just like go after every single person that criticizes me, and that's not good. Anyway,
Twitch brain rot fully set in.
will you play this to feed the gaming frogs? FIFA 22? No, I will not be playing FIFA 22. Holy fuck, how do you have such a crusty ass PlayStation 5 remote already?
And all I've done is enter my name. Thrillhouse.
This man is almost 40. Oh, Keemstar? I decided to finally come out as a good person. Anyone call me bad, evil, horrible? He's using the wrong terms and is highly offensive. Thank you. Dude, it is wild, dude. It is fucking wild how much of a horrible person Keemstar is. And I feel like, honestly, the more he falls out of favor and the more he falls out of relevance, the more he like is spiraling out of control.
6 moths, baby. But I have to end it cause all my money is now gone to Hasan Saj.
The Squid Girl, Game Girl, replied to someone on Instagram about her leaving you on scene. It's on your Reddit. It's not real, man. That's not a real. That's a meme, dude. Why do you guys believe in that? It's fake news. Hey, the Macius with a fucking fire playlist.
Pog Hassel.
Macius is back. All right, well, let's get into it because I'm going to end it early today. I'm going to end it real early today. So I'm going to fucking slam as much news as I can in here and as much fucking content. This is going to be a jam-packed session, boys, because I have, like I said, I mean, not right now. I just started, but I'm going to do some content with the offline TV crews. So, you know, that's, hey, I'm live. Get in now for a slammed sesh.
A whole year.
New Hog Hero. Anti-vax.
Hi.
Okay, twitch.tv/
Prime has Prime.
HasanAbi. All right, tweeting it out. Let's find a good ass okay buddy meme to fucking slap onto this. Ray met Lil Nas before you. Yeah, I know. Dude, I don't think Lil Nas X is ever gonna fucking reply to my DMs or anything like that. I don't know why he hasn't like unfollowed me, which is kind of surprising.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the hour. Hold on, let's get this ad break.
I would have expected him to already
13 months, let's go. One year of brain rot, let's go.
I would have expected him to unfollow me by now. I mean, I've DM'd him a couple times. He's never responded, so I don't know. I am continuously being canceled by the H3H3 community for my comments on Chavez, and apparently now my statements about like, well, it wasn't even my statements, like where but they're mad about like 2 millionaires talking about how not as rich in comparison to Jeff Bezos they are, or we are. Even though I literally personally said that, you know, no, it is an unimaginable amount of fucking wealth. And so did Ethan. But like, let's be real.
My streamer keeps getting donor wall.
The H3H3 community, by and large, is wonderful. Like, it really, there's a lot of really cool people there. It's a massive community. There's always going to be different voices. It's a new community that I'm entering. You know what I mean? Here you go. By the way, this is a post. You go retweet it, go like it, tell your friends, tell your family. Broadcaster spam time.
8 months, baby. Thanks for the radicalization, Hasan.
But
you pulled me out of bad ideology and helped me.
It's pretty
educate
funny
myself
because
and others, and that's super pog. But aside that, Schlatt and Hasan
it's pretty funny because like people are just like mad in all of the ways that I've heard a million times before, right? But then there are some people who are it's very cute. Some people on the subreddit are like, oh my god, I really hope Hasan doesn't like, you know, feel bad about all these people like yelling about him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, this is what I thrive in. Like, it's actually kind of cute the way that people in the H3H3 subreddit are like criticizing me is like the kindest way possible. You know what I mean? It's like they're like peace and love. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Hasan's commentary, but like I was kind of mad he said this thing. And it's like, dude, don't worry. Do not worry, okay? That's like
many more stun locks.
You know how those threads are being linked to on a certain subreddit? Yes, I do know. It's not the Trisha fans though that are fucking blasting. There's a separate community of people that are using this as an opportunity to drive a cudgel probably. There's some other dude at this point there are entire fucking groups that dedicate a lot of their time to hate watching obsessively and like tracking every single thing I do on the internet, and getting angry about it. And there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? It's like there's literally nothing I can do. It's like extremely online people. I hope, you know, I wish them well. They want to make it like
all the FGC chatters. Let's go. Love you all.
They want to turn it into, are you going to talk about the news or just read hate comments from the trillionth time this week? Reddit is shit. H3H3 fans are so nice, and then your subreddit is just bullying you. Yeah.
The media makes you out as some bad
H3
guy.
subreddit is very emotional, but usually fair.
I have seen, but decided to watch you, and honestly, you're not a bad guy. And
I mean,
takes I'm kind of on the right side, but some of your takes I agree with.
It's like the same as LSF. You know what I mean? There are like entire groups of people that get together and they just fucking hate watch and try to like pick apart every single thing. I love your commentary, but I've learned that anytime you talk about China, I just log off for an hour and come back because I get really triggered because of my personal experiences with CCP oppression, kind of like that Venezuelan editor. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, why? Like, I admitted that China is engaging in like fucking re-education camps and mass surveillance for Xinjiang Uyghurs. Like, that's so strange that you would. Just like I also admit that like life in Venezuela currently is fucking dog shit. It's not like. If anything, motherfuckers, if anything, like the people that get mad at me, they criticize me because like I am like, you know, taking on CIA propaganda hook, line, and sinker or whatever.
Almost at baby age.
Like the lefties that get mad say that like I'm too critical of China and I like take on CIA conspiracies or whatever. Well, at least according to the Associated Press.
7 months hassle.
I saw that article, motherfuckers. I saw it too. The AP wrote like the weirdest article, dude.
1 year of getting radicalized. Thank you for your insights and the way you go over topics. You are actually one of the people that inspired me to run for a local office. Hassle.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Is so hard, I'm about to bust.
But anyway, other than that, it's like these are very, I mean, it's very nice. Like the comments are very nice. Overall. Like even when they're critical, they're very nice overall. You know what I mean?
I think you have to go back to having a massive China bad banner while you stream lol. At HasanAbi.
The angriest voices are usually the loudest. I got a standing desk thanks to you and your streams. Keep up the good work. Radicalizing my back. Yeah.
Pog champ.
Anyway. A lot nicer than most other communities that I've been in. So it's cute that they're like a lot nicer than most other communities that I've been in. So it's cute that they think that this is like really bad. All right, let's watch this Charlie Kirk video. Apparently Charlie Kirk had a fucking debate on his new show or some shit. He's reached out to my agents too. He's like, can I have Hasan Piker come on my debate night show, my new show? And I was like, fuck no, absolutely not. I mean, dude, I'll do a debate with Charlie if there's money involved and it's like at a fucking cool event or some shit. I'm not going on his show to debate him, dude. What are you, crazy? It's crazy. No shot. Anyway, let's watch.
In your heart of hearts, truly believe that
11
this
months
is a human
says
being. This,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt,
Yes.
this is a dolphin fetus.
So let me.
Without a doubt, a dolphin fetus is a human being. This is a human fetus.
Hasan, our Bumble
Oh
match
my
expired.
fucking
Let's go on
god,
that date.
dude.
But quite different. Dolphin. You just confirmed that a dolphin in life you confuse dolphins for human babies often.
So let me
You
ask
go to
you a question.
SeaWorld and you're like, someone's got human babies in that aquarium.
Oh my god. Okay, maybe I will go on his show now. Fuck, that was so good. So what's up? He just like has guests on who will blow his back out?
No thanks, Charlie Kirk.
God damn, whose back is worse right now? Me or Charlie Kirk, dude? Oh my god, that was beautiful. Okay, never mind. I take it back. This shit's awesome.
Omega lol.
Actually, dumb gotcha? How is that a dumb gotcha? It is so insanely effective. What an incredibly effective way to do propaganda, dude. Automatically, it's super aesthetic. Absolutely eviscerates eviscerates the arguments that he makes. It's like perfect, and literally every mammal looks like the same as an embryo. Yeah, that's great. You love your theatrics 100%, dude, because this is a debate, my friend, and debates are not for like logic and reasoning in the way that like some of you fucking nerds think they are. The entire point is having incredible gotchas like that. It's the entire point is theatrics. And that was such a good moment of theater. My fucking lord, dude. You never want to be caught like this. In a lot of instances, active debate lord bloodsport communities will literally try to fucking at least make you look like that by clipping you out of context. And in this circumstance, there was no need for them to do so because he thoroughly and promptly owned him. This is peak debating.
Do you
I'm gonna run it
truly,
again.
in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being? This,
Without a doubt.
without a doubt,
Yes.
this is a dolphin fetus.
So let me.
Without a doubt, a dolphin fetus is a
first
human
time
being.
watching
This
like
is a human fetus. How simple it is. But quite different. Dolphin. You just confirmed that a dolphin, in life, you confuse dolphins for human babies often.
So let me
You go to
ask you a
SeaWorld
question.
and you're like, someone's got human babies in that aquarium.
I love that he keeps going too. He's like, someone's got human babies in that aquarium. God damn, dude. Hey, pour one out for our boy Charlie, who is dead now. I mean, pro-life, but also got murdered on camera on his show. I love that. Did he post this? Like, why would you post this? This is one of those things where you're like, we're gonna cut this out in the chopping block. You know what I mean? Every time he tells the truth, his face widens a bit more towards becoming a normal boy. Unfortunately, his face has been scrunching inward. Scientists have theorized that one day his face will collapse inward and form a black hole. Isn't r/confidently incorrect all of Reddit? Yes.
For my himbo lover at HasanAbi
Yes,
has
it
0
exactly it just randomly play this during the debate ownish every time. It's fucking wonderful. This is the best fucking video I've seen on the internet. Charlie used to have a bunch of tweets about wanting Paul Walker biceps, but he deleted them all when I retweeted them. See, Michael, this is the problem. You're supposed to be archiving that shit and like storing it. You know what I mean? A lot of fucking 4chan dweebs do this shit to me where they'll like find old ass tweets of mine where it's like Kirsten Cinema can, or wasn't Kirsten Cinema, sorry, Kirsten Gillibrand can get it or some shit like that.
Thanks.
And they'll like retweet that periodically to be like, haha, we fucking got you. And it's just like, and it's always like, I immediately know when a specific community is like retweeted one of my old tweets because I look at my my replies on that old ass tweet and it's like Groiper Himmler's cum chalice 69 replied to your tweet saying, "You Muslim rat fuck cockroach piece of shit. Why don't you go back to your own country?" It's like, dude, you didn't even say anything funny. Like you just got like really angry. Like you had every opportunity to be like, haha, this is like a funny thing. And it was just like,
Notice me, senpai.
you know? Press conference starting. Okay, we'll watch it. People found your tweet saying like bacon is epic and they lolled about it. Yeah, I have like epic bacon tweets from like 2014 and shit. Yeah. I'm not embarrassed. Whatever, dude. Yeah, I post cringe, dude. The funniest part about posting cringe is like people who always are like, oh, dude, you posted cringe in 2014. It's like, motherfucker, you're on your 13th anonymous account because you got banned every single time for telling like Ted Cruz that he should jump off of a building directly into a fucking bag of dicks or something. Okay. And like, there's no way that we can find your fucking cringe, like normie account because you have formed your entire footprint on the internet is now like a designated shit poster. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course. But I'm certain that you know, if I were to find your original account in the Wayback Machine, if I cared enough back when you were like a fucking normie, like when I was a normie, I'm sure you would have significantly more cringe shit. I got banned from my first account for calling Dallas PD pussies for using a robot to kill that sniper.
Don't back down, HasanAbi. You always keep it real, dog. Hey, chat. What's the smelliest type of jacket?
Here's the BuzzFeed bacon tweet with like 2 likes. I don't want to live in a world without bacon. 2012. So pog.
2 more months until I
POV, you say we shouldn't torture animals? See, that's funny. Like, this is funny. This is a funny shit post. Okay? Like, that's a funny response to it. It's like vegan posting.
Love you, Hasan, you my number one.
Trumpy at my school called you hot the other day without knowing you suck Marx's dick. It's a weird way to put what I do.
16
Listen,
months, baby, please keep
anything
ignoring
that
me,
you
father,
have
I love it.
posted circa 2016, okay? Anything that you have posted online circa 2016, you're not allowed to bring that against you. It should be, you should go to jail. If you're like seriously using tweets from circa fucking 2016, you're going to jail, okay? I'm
Hey,
sorry, I
Hasan,
don't make the
did you
rules.
know
I'm
that
throwing your
capitalism
ass in
is
jail.
balls?
Unless
Like
it's
big
someone
fat
who fucking
balls?
sucks. In which case, go off. Because that's all Michael does for the most part.
Month 5 of my dad watching your videos and not understanding what the term cooming means.
Check this one out. And who the fuck is Carlos Quinones? How did you even find this, dude? And at Art Basel, Miami, they have this painting of Barack Obama, very colorful and with a lot of bling bling.
Stay awesome.
All right, hit me with the press conference, chat. Link me the press conference. Unless like it's over already and we fucking missed it, and that's it.
Hasa.
You're going Q&A?
Warrant now that they know the cause of death.
Holy fuck, 120,000 people are watching.
Of cause and manner of death. Who committed the homicide is up to law enforcement, and I cannot answer the question about the FBI. You would have to contact them.
Jeremy Kopis, you are now allowed to ask your question.
Yes, hello, doctor. If you could please, can you comment on any other bruising, maybe on the body that possibly was healing, possibly older bruises or cuts that might have been healing over the last couple of weeks before her passing?
By Wyoming state statute, no other information about the autopsy is released, just the cause of death.
Hi chat, you look nice, peepo kiss.
Damn,
Hi there,
so
this is Heather Lee, reporter at ABC Action News in Tampa, Florida. I just wanted to know if you could explain why it took about a month for this process to finish. I think a lot of people were hoping that they would learn this information sooner. So I just think if you could just explain the process and why it took a month.
Well, the main reason was that we were very exacting on our examination and the detail by which that examination was done. We were waiting for
what, you want to update on this? What's going on is that Gabby Petito was a van life girl.
Thanks for saying.
And her boyfriend were
with sometimes only being seen as hot and nothing else shown.
Traveling the fucking country,
with girls
and
happy. Many might laugh,
and it was suspected that she got murdered. 14. Her boyfriend literally fucking took the van, left, didn't tell anybody that she was even missing for like 10 days. What the fuck? Yo, I hate when this shit happens, dude. I don't know how to fix this.
Brian
The
Enton,
nice thing about chat scrolling is when you think Steam froze, you can see it's not.
I believe you're unmuted right now.
I hate when that happens. I don't know how to fix that easily.
Okay.
Fucking annoying though.
Steve Fabian.
Yes, hi, doctor. How are you? I am curious if any DNA samples were taken from Gabby's remains, and also if the body was intact, are you able to tell us the condition of Gabby's remains?
I can tell you the DNA samples were taken by law enforcement. And all I can tell you about
it was really suspicious, okay? It was really suspicious, like the fucking boyfriend literally left her behind, didn't inform anybody that she didn't inform anybody that she had gone missing. And it was really fucked up, basically. There's nothing else going on here, though. I don't think they're going to give any extra information. So I'm probably going to move on from this.
Hassel 15 months has poggers.
And the boyfriend literally fucking did everything a guilty person would do. Came back home with the van, didn't inform the authorities, lawyered up before it was even ever mentioned that she might be dead. And that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. And the fucking FBI and Florida police, of course.
BTW.
The FBI and the Florida police, of course, flubbed this in a gigantic fucking way. Important to note that he lawyered up before she was announced officially missing. Yeah, exactly.
I'm 2 months in and already radicalized.
Like, he literally didn't fucking keep an eye on him. You know what I mean? And he's now disappeared, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm not in favor of a fucking mass surveilling police state, but we fucking have one. And cops can't even keep an eye out on a motherfucker like this. Like, what do you mean? He's like the main suspect, even before. Just one guy, dude. Yes, we do know the cause of death.
HasanAbi.
The cause of death was strangulation. It's literally on the fucking... Look at the screen, bro. Do you not know how to read? They could not legally arrest them when no crime was committed. She was just missing at the time. I know that, bro. Which is why I'm saying, don't fucking arrest the guy. I'm not saying violate, like, Fourth Amendment and you know, violate people's, like, privacy or anything like that. You know, destroy habeas corpus. I'm just simply stating that, like, you can keep an eye out on someone. You know what I mean? Like, you can keep an eye out on a motherfucker. Just like, hey, man, just check in, you know? And if you don't fucking check in, maybe we'll just check in for you. But no, yeah, cops are too busy fucking pulling black dudes who are paraplegic by their fucking dreads out of cars and pummeling them on the fucking street, like, as though they're gonna, what, crawl away? Like, that's what cops are doing. They're too busy doing that. There's video that looks like his parents reached down into a garden bed and it looks like his a hand comes up. So something, he's in a bunker. Yeah, and then of course there's this shit, like the endless amount of fascination. Yeah, dude, totally. He's in a fucking bunker, dude, and the cops are that bad that they literally just didn't notice a bunker, but you did.
Sissy.
Where do you think he is? I don't know. Probably fucking... I suspect Mexico. What is this?
Just in case you can tell by, like, the beginning of this part where my facial expression, I was annoyed.
To get called out.
No, one thing was I did the show because my dad wanted to do the show. All right, I did it, you know, make him happy. He was excited about, you know, we got picked, whatever. Cool. So, you know, I went along with it. But on this episode, I was, you know, as you can see, I was painted white, but I had to go do an etiquette class. Etiquette class with rich white kids. I never knew an etiquette class fucking existed.
How do I identify
you know,
myself?
I'm from the...
He fucking glowed up, dude.
And reads notifications and
I mean, he was good looking back then too, but
South, we just had proper etiquette. Our parents, you know, taught us our mannerisms and everything like that. So it was just, our etiquette came from that. I didn't know it was a class. But in this class, it was particular, 2 white guys in there. And you know, white people with the corny jokes. They had their little corny jokes, and I didn't find none of the shit funny.
A whole year hassle.
And I was just fucking, I got annoyed. Like, their voice and the jokes just fucking annoyed me. So it was like I was kind of pissed. So, and it wasn't like just corny jokes. It was like they came, I can't explain it. It was just like they was trying to joke with me. And one, I guess I didn't understand the jokes. But 2, it just, I wasn't feeling the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was irritated for majority of doing.
Chat, he has 88 in his name, possibly because he was born in 1988. You ever think about that? Because I fucking doubt that he's a Nazi, okay? Like, not every single instance of 88 means like a dude is a fucking Nazi or some shit. Wait, what the fuck? Yo, that was weird. My internet just fucking poofed for a second. Wait, you guys didn't even notice that. What the fuck? Did it not F for you? That was a weird moment.
Doing that, so of course in the car with Rose, I think Rose could tell that I was kind of pissed off or annoyed or whatever, and it was like, all right, for me, I was just like, yeah, I'm done with it. You know, the white face and all the other shit. You know, take me back home type shit. Like, yo, put me around people I'm comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? It was just that type of situation. But you know, they're not bad guys. You know, those rich kids. There was, you know, after the show, I kept in contact with them for a while. They was cool kids and everything like that. So it wasn't like nothing major. It was just at that time, it was just, you know, you get to the point where you be like, you know, the teacher talking and little jokes, and it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But you know, that's what that was. It was. It's cool now. I don't feel bad, you know.
Oh,
it
he's
is
down.
what it is, right?
You should talk to Hasan Piker on the show. I think he made it go viral recently. I bet he'd love to interview you. He's a huge following, so you get some clout from it. Sounds like that could be fun. You should tag him. Please interview the son from Black White. Yeah, I would, dude. This is awesome. I 100% would. This is great. Do a reunion episode. I want to be like, what do you think about Bruno now?
Hey chat. Thanks for radicalizing me. It's my birthday today. Can I get some trans rights in chat? Hassle.
Anyway, that's I would do that. Bruno would 100% come on here. He's starving for attention. Okay, but please don't swap races. No, if he comes on, I have to do blackface. And he has to do whiteface. His IG has a 9/11 meme. Oh my god. Wait, really?
Happy birthday.
He's just like a regular guy, dude. He's just like a normal dude. Anyway, do you honestly believe ACAB? Do you not think there's at least some cops that wish to do good for the community? Let's say hypothetically you eliminate all cops. What happens to the community then? Bro, this guy, listen, brother, you are literally the worst fucking person. Like, just stop, okay? I'm not trying to fucking engage you right now, all right? I'm not trying to engage you in like hypotheticals, okay? I'm not I'm not in favor of like abolishing the function of a group of people that create a presence of law and order. Okay? Like, I understand that even in an anarchist formation, there would be something that is similar to a fucking police. Okay? But as it stands, just curious. Okay, dude. Fuck you. Okay, here. Just get a timeout. I'm not going to ban you, but I'm done responding to bald chatters. Okay? Sorry. Running away from a debate. Yeah, exactly. Rubber dentist, 6-month subscriber, running away from a debate. It's because like every single thing that you have brought up, I'm live for 12 hours a day and I'm a political commentator. I'm live for, you know, not 12 anymore, but I'm usually live for an extended period of time. And I've been doing this for fucking years. Okay. Do you really think I haven't heard that talking point and have talked about it a million times over? Okay, I have. So I don't want to fucking engage right now because I want to do some other shit. Sometimes I want to talk about the fucking Raiders coach, okay, who apparently was just doing what, you know, was doing what rich old white guys do.
Breaking news overnight in the NFL. Former Super Bowl winner Jon Gruden out as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders after racist, homophobic, and misogynistic comments were found in his emails. TJ Holmes is here with more on TJ.
If you want to hear my talking points, just literally fucking Google Hasan Piker ACAB or some shit. You know what I mean? There's like a million videos out there.
It's a lot of shockwaves yesterday around the NFL.
It did, Stray, and most of what's in these emails, we can't repeat here on the air, and we can't show you. We're talking about slurs directed at the NFL commissioner, slurs in reference to gay players being drafted.
Oh, what the fuck? Show us the... Man, show us the juicy shit. I want to know. Because, like, listen, I have the suspicion, and I've talked about this before. I feel like rich white guys, like, their power level comes from how racist they are. And sometimes that shit's really unique. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, unique levels of fucking bigotry hidden there. They use all of their fucking creative juices on being as racist as you humanly can possibly be. And I want to know, like, what did he say?
Pictures of half-naked cheerleaders. We're talking about mocking female referees, mocking players who protest. Yes, all this from a guy who is not just one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, not just a Super Bowl winning coach, but he has been one of the most influential members of the NFL community for decades.
Gabagool.
Jon Gruden abruptly resigned.
By the way, it's literally like the least fucking surprising thing. Like, come on, dude. Really? Like, really? We're just...
I am in so much pain right now, Saj.
Like, this is the least surprising thing I've ever fucking seen or heard as far as, like, news.
Resigned overnight as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, just hours after a bombshell New York Times report revealed his repeated use of abhorrent language in emails dating back a decade. The New York Times writes that Gruden casually and frequently unleashed misogynistic and homophobic language over several years to denigrate people around the game and to mock some of the league's momentous changes.
Oh, shit. Okay, I saw some of it. This New York Times article. Okay. Bro, this is burying the fucking lead in a tweet, dude. So, this guy says, by pissing off black people, the LGBTQIA community, women, and Obama Biden stands, Gruden secures the rare quadruple cancellation, trigger warning, hella slurs. And at first, I was like, Gruden also criticized President Obama during his re-election campaign in 2012, as well as then Vice President Joe Biden, whom Gruden called a nervous, clueless pussy. True. He used similar words to describe Goodell and DeMar Smith, the executive director of the NFL Players Association. I was like, well, that's like, what? You're getting canceled for that? Like, that's nuts. Okay, this is truly 1987 George Orwell Animal Crossing on Nintendo. You know what I mean? That's fucking bullshit.
Am I supposed
and then I click next, and it's like, Gruden's behavior was not limited to 2011. Exchanged emails with Allen and other men that included photos of women wearing only bikini bottoms, including two of the Washington. Okay, so that, like,
love my boy Hasan.
They're stacking the deck. Okay, this is what is known as, or is it padding the deck? I don't know what the exact fucking the exact thing is, but it's like this. Both of these things are not like that bad, unless it's fucking revenge porn. But if it was revenge porn, they would fucking state it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just like they're basically trying to, like, you know, heighten the severity of the offenses, right? And then I click one more and I'm like, oh, okay, that's very racist. The email was written in 2011 in exchange between Gruden, who's white and was an analyst for ESPN at the time, and Bruce Allen, who was then the president of the Washington football team. Boris Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires. Gruden wrote about Smith in the exchange. Okay, that's yeah, that's just like, all right, that's really fucked up. That's what I was talking about when I said creative racism. These motherfuckers are like English majors, dude. When it comes to, like, being racist, rich white people will literally turn into fucking Shakespeare. They have to, like, they just use all of their creative juices for being, like, as racist as you humanly, physically can be. It's nuts, dude. These motherfuckers, if they use that creative energy for anything else, like, they could actually make some maybe good content.
At HasanAbi Hasan, also the Raiders have one of the best gay linebackers.
Sending photos of naked women to your work colleagues is not that bad. I think you are underplaying that one. It's actually hella inappropriate for the workplace. Yeah, I mean, for sure. But compared to this, it's like, okay, that's fucking really bad.
Hassel sending my love chat.
Those Washington cheerleaders were literally pimped out by the owner. I don't know the context. That's why I said, if the context is really bad, I feel like they would actually add that into the article, though. The cheerleader story is a much bigger thing. Google it. If there's accusations of forced prostitution. Okay, well then that's insane. Why is that not? Okay, we'll you know, you should probably mention that in the article. That's so much worse. Clicking on the next slide. I haven't seen this one yet. Gruden's messages were sent to Bruce Allen, the former president of the Washington football team, and others while he was working for ESPN as a color analyst during Monday Night Football. The Sports Network, yeah, he offered color commentary, all right. Color analyst and color commentary means like you're the spicy guy, for those of you who don't know. Anyway, the Sports Network's weekly primetime telecast of NFL games. In the emails, Gruden called the league's commissioner Roger Goodell an F word and a clueless anti-football pussy, and said that Goodell should not have pressured Jeff Fisher, then the coach of the Rams, to draft a reference to Michael Sam, a gay player chosen by the team in 2014. Okay, yeah. That's the trifecta, or the quadfecta, actually. This was found during the investigation into the prostitution shit with Washington. Gruden basically caught a stray here. Queer isn't a slur. It absolutely is, dude. Are you insane? In this situation, it 100% is. When I say queer folk, or when I use queer as an umbrella term to describe like the entirety of the LGBT community, then it's not. Okay? Then it's not a slur. In the context of saying the first openly gay player who was fucking drafted to the NFL is a queer, then you're using it as a weaponized slur, okay? There are a lot of terrible things about the Gruden story, but I can't get over Bruce Allen forcing Washington's cheerleaders to do a topless photo shoot and then using his team email account to send the pictures of Gruden. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, that seems incredibly illegal, dude. Per Juliet McCurr of the New York Times, several former Washington cheerleaders were required to be topless for a photo shoot during the trip, and the team invited a contingent of sponsors and FedEx suite holders who were all men to attend. Yep, context is king in many words, like how Southern men use word boy, super racist. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or even black. Or Jew, for example. Like, it can be contextually appropriate or contextually very inappropriate, okay? Tone, inflection, and context, and who's saying it, and in what context they're saying it absolutely matters in that situation.
Thanks for all the great content, Hasan Swerner.
What? Did you know that there's a TikTok account called anti-HasanAbi that takes like 5-second clips of you being an in-character rightoid and claims that those are your opinions? It literally does not. That's a stan account, dude. Are you kidding me? They're just memeing. They let NFL players beat their wives and stay. It's so fucked. I mean, they let NFL players murder people. What the fuck do you mean? They let you do anything, okay? If you can fucking... If you are a valuable asset to a team, as in you bring a lot of fucking money, you bring a lot of fans to the table, and you're very good at what you do... I think the only thing that we disagree on with the anti-HasanAbi account and myself is that they're like expressly anti-sex work. And obviously I am pro-sex work. As a sports weeb, the emails aren't even half the story. There's a lot more to the story. I'm not trying to take away from what Gruden said. It's awful, but those pictures of those topless cheerleaders had their passports taken away and persuaded to take those pics. The NFL leaked Gruden's emails, but are keeping hush-hush on the owner who most likely prostituted those cheerleaders. Yeah, that's insanely fucked. Like, what the fuck? I feel like the real misogyny there, and I mean like the media also participating in this like patriarchal construct, whether inadvertently or not, doesn't matter, is like not making a bigger story about an owner of a team literally prostituting without like enthusiastic consent their own fucking cheerleaders, and instead everyone hyper focusing on like a rich white dude being fucking racist as fuck and also misogynistic and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is literally like a dog bites man story. The other one is man bites dog, but for some reason the media is not covering that as much, it seems like. But maybe I'm wrong.
While working for ESPN, Gruden reportedly called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a, quote, clue.
Don't forget about Robert Kraft getting massage service in Florida. I don't care about that, dude. I'm fucking... Like, depending on the circumstances of the people that we're talking about, like, I don't... You're not gonna fucking get... I'm not gonna get upset about someone, like, fucking hiring sex workers and shit. But I think they were trafficked, right?
Clueless anti-football expletive and referred to him using a homophobic slur. One of Gruden's players on the Raiders, Carl Nassib, the first openly gay active player in the NFL.
In the emails, the conversations that evoked these vulgarities were about openly gay players being drafted or playing about...
Wait, but you drew the line with the tires comment and not, you said the picture story was not that bad? Because I didn't know the context of how those pictures were acquired. Like, I did not realize that those were naked ladies that were cheerleaders that they themselves had coerced into fucking taking naked photos and shit like that.
About protesting during the anthem, about player safety and concussions, about women referees.
Time out.
In a statement overnight, Gruden said, "I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone." Even before the latest revelations, other Gruden emails were already in the spotlight. The Wall Street Journal reported that he used a racist trope to describe NFL Players Association Executive Director DeMaurice Smith back in 2011. Gruden acknowledged to The Athletic that his language went too far, adding, "I never had a blade of racism in me." He also addressed the comments at a press conference last Sunday.
I never had a blade of racism in me. I had a saber, okay? I didn't have a blade of racism in me. I had a fucking fat saber, all right? I had a claymore of racism.
Following the Raiders' loss to the Chicago Bears.
I'm not a racist. I can't tell you how sick I am. I apologize again to D. Smith.
Yes, I had the guts sword of racism, okay? Like, this is Zweihander of racism.
But I feel good about who I am and what I've done my entire life.
Smith later tweeted, "This is not about an email as much as it is about a pervasive belief by some that people who look like me can be treated as less."
Robert Kraft's prosecutors themselves walk back the sex trafficking claim. Prosecutor, there's no evidence of sex trafficking in the Robert Kraft case. I mean, it's an interesting predicament because
for the next twos.
It's Florida. Okay? And we know how Floridian prosecutors have in the past, given people a lighter sentence or looked the other way when it comes to sex offenders, because that's kind of, that's kind of a part of the Florida economy, Billionaires doing sex offenses is what keeps the Floridian economy going.
Hassle.
Washington's owner took the cheerleader's passport and forced him to serve as escorts in Costa Rica. It's insane how he got away with it. Let me guess. He got away with it because he's a fucking billionaire, dude. That's how he got away with it. Just like I'm about to get away with this ad break. Because it's top of the fucking hour. And I'm going to run this 60-second ad break right now.
Yeet.
That's right. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. Of course, if you no longer want to see those ads, there are things you can do. Like you can subscribe. You can subscribe for $5. You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime if you have a Twitch Prime. You haven't used it yet. If you don't want to subscribe, you can also use an ad block or a VPN, but Twitch Prime is free. Okay. Here's the one I'm going to add now. All right, let's get back to this video.
Less. The New York Times called the emails an unvarnished look into the clubby culture of one NFL circle of peers, where white male decision makers felt comfortable sharing pornographic images, deriding the league policies, and jocularly sharing homophobic language. Gruden, who won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in 2003, was one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, signing a 10-year, $100 million contract with the Raiders in 2018.
Probably that is the end to what at one point was a storied NFL career as a Super Bowl winning coach, famed Monday Night Football broadcaster, the man that led the Raiders into Las Vegas, a great football career ending in this way.
And to be clear here, this was...
I mean, yeah, he did it on his own, though. Also fascinating how quickly the Gruden emails have become public while all aspects of the league's investigation into Dan Snyder has remained completely private. Lesson for everyone in the difference between the people who cash the checks and those who write them. For the record, this coach is not a good guy, okay? Don't misunderstand me. He's not a good guy. That is obvious, right? He's homophobic, he's racist, he's misogynistic. But let's keep it 100. You know, those fucking team owners, dude, they're doing they're doing way worse shit. Like way worse shit.
Fog.
Hit job from Goodell being pissed at being called a pussy. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. Like him saying Obama and Joe Biden are clueless pussies, or him saying like Roger Goodell's a clueless pussy who hates football. He's an anti-football pussy. Like that shit's funny as fuck. Who cares?
Month until I get brain rot.
Like if that's why they were trying to fire him, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You're a psycho. Okay, that is like a psychotic Radlib bullshit. Like you're ridiculous. The ladies that were fucking, you know, forced to take topless photos under duress while also simultaneously, I mean, that's like a bigger fucking crime, dude. That's like actually a crime. See, this is what I don't understand. Being a racist piece of shit in a private email is not a crime, okay? It is a fireable offense, certainly, and it says a lot about you, but that's not a crime. The other thing is like literally a fucking crime, dude. What is going on? Like, that's what I'm like weirded out about. That like, that is like, that's the story, is the crime that's right there. And not like the parts that you can, you know, kind of chip away at. Casual sexism is still sexism. It still adds the rape culture and it still uplifts the patriarchy, which hurts not just women, but men. So you cannot diminish casual racism, casual sexism, casual anything, because they all add to the normalizing and adding to a very large fucking problem. Yeah. The very large problem of like coercing women to fucking take topless photos and like sex trafficking them in Costa Rica seems like the fucking culture that you are perpetuating. So if you're hyper focusing on like other aspects of that normalizes it, while there's the literal fucking thing right there, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know? Anyway, Gruden also had 7 years and $70 million left on his contract that he's losing. Yeah. Charlie Kirk, let's hear what he has to say. He's looking way disheveled lately, dude.
Until you get on your moral high horse. Every single person listening to this right now has said things and texted things and emailed things that could destroy your career, including...
I mean, he's not wrong about that. That's true. I hate when people fucking act like that's not true. It's literally true. Come on, shut the fuck up. Every single person has. 1000%. I hate when motherfuckers say that that's not true. It's so dumb. Like, even out of context, like, not in work emails, but like certainly in fucking private emails with your friends, or not private emails, but like private text messages and shit. It's so stupid. You motherfuckers are like, that's not true. Look at your chat history. If someone literally looked at your anonymous chatting history in here, a public fucking forum where you think you're hidden by anonymity, you would literally get fucking yeeted into space, dude. Shut the fuck up. Especially if it's like devoid of context, or like who you're talking to, how close you are. And then there are indefensible things that people should not say. And it's the fucking lips thing. You know what I mean? That's like, that's it. That's racism. You're a fucking racist piece of shit. Fuck you. Don't do that. Don't be that person, right? Like, that sort of stuff is completely indefensible. I just chat Bible verses. How dare you, sir? So I hate it when people act like that's not a real thing. Like, that, like, you know, you've never fucking said something. You've never said something that's like fucked up. People will always only hyper focus on whatever kind of oppression directly targets them, and they hyper focus on that and be like, well, no, I've never said anything sexist. I'm a woman. It's like, I've never perpetuated rape culture as a woman. Okay. But you might have said something that's fucking racially charged, or you might have said something that's like, that is ableist. You know what I mean? Classist, certainly. That's normal. It's like considered to be the norm. Transphobic, even homophobic. Especially if it's devoid of context, because we all have privileged blind spots, okay? We all have privileged blind spots. A fact that I talk about all the fucking time. We're all human, okay? Especially if we're talking like in the past. You might have grown from your prior experiences and the sentiments that you expressed. You're telling on yourself. Hasan admitting to being racist in private now? No, absolutely not. If you consider this to be telling on myself, then welcome to the HasanAbi broadcast, my friend. This is at the heart of my commentary. The intersectionality goes both ways, okay? What the fuck do you mean? You know? That doesn't mean it's good, by the way. That does not mean it's good. But everyone has done some shit in a similar capacity. D's trying to clip chimp you, dog. You insufferable pugs. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Now, of course, you have to grow from your past, from your prior experiences, and who you used to be. And that's important. I don't think that dude did, and that's besides the point.
Including the cancelers. But let's get to the bottom line here. Why is Jon Gruden not offered forgiveness? Because if Jon Gruden was worth saving, here's what they would do. They'd give him a 2-week suspension to go to some sort of racial reconciliation camp, which, by the way, that's going to be the new playbook. As soon as all of the Democrats start to get flagged as racist, they're going to come up with this new playbook of like, well, he went to like a fat spa to go like lose weight type equivalent thing. You know, he's trying to get his life right. He went to Racist Anonymous, and now he's back in 2 weeks. Like, yeah, okay. I kid you not. That's going to be the new, because the only way. The Democrats have to find a way to exempt themselves from the very totalitarianism and tyranny that.
Yeah, everybody knows like NFL coaches and NFL fucking team owners especially are just like big Democrats, dude.
Help.
Like the NFL, the most democratic institution you can get. You know what I mean?
That they're inflicting upon us. And one of the ways they're going to do that is create this like Racist Anonymous support group through some sort of like, well, he's going to take a little bit of a hiatus and he's back and he's found the deep, darkest corner of his soul and he realized he was truly a racist and now he's going to be an ally of the anti-racist movement. But the real reason why they had to get rid of Jon Gruden is because he's a white, Catholic, conservative male who speaks out, and they know that that cannot be supported and offered forgiveness. That's the real reason this happened.
What the fuck? Dude, that's nuts, dude. Yo, he's like, that's literally everyone in the NFL, you fucking idiot. Like, literally everyone on the management side. Charlie Kirk just described virtually everyone on the management side. I'm so confused. Like, oh, dude, it's white Catholic oppression.
And we call this cancel culture. We call this all these different sorts of things. I can't stand the term cancel culture. What it is it's an avenge camp. It's trying to it's a revenge campaign against a certain group of people to try and purge society from the non-believers.
Hasan, look, I have glasses now.
Speak out for what? Against what? His emails got leaked? This dude read that, thought about it, and still decided to let those words fly out of his mouth? Do you think racist people are redeemable, or will they always be racist? I fucking 1000% believe that racist people are redeemable, dude. Are you kidding me? Dude, I literally... I believe murderers are redeemable. Why the fuck wouldn't I think racist people can redeem themselves? The fuck? You absolutely can change. Let me just fucking quit right now. If I can't change motherfuckers' minds and like get them to recognize the wrongs that they've committed in the fucking past, let's just quit. You know, bad people are bad and they will always be bad. There is no reason to analyze the material conditions. There's no reason to analyze like, you know, systems or social conditioning that factors into the way people operate. And let's just assume that they're forever going to be racist. Fuck it, dude. That's crazy to me. Like, let me just stop what I'm doing then. It's just like a big part of why I started streaming on Twitch was so that I could literally fucking show people that you can change. Okay? You can redeem yourself. You can learn. And there are thousands of people in this community that have. So obviously I fucking believe in that, dude. That's crazy. Jesus, he's finally getting it. Good for you. What? This is... I think you mean someone else, right? Because this is at the heart of my rhetoric and commentary for a very long time and has been since the beginning. Anyway, can you recover from prawn edition, my friend? Okay, stop. Believing in that is the difference between actually wanting to make change versus just whining and do culture war bullshit on Twitter. It straight up feels like the real problem. It straight up feels like the real problem here is the fucking cheerleader investigation that's being conducted currently. That is a much bigger guy, much bigger fish to fry.
If you make the world better, even in
right?
a small way,
and
it's worth it.
This is just like one way to move shift the attention away. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's going on. This leak is very sussy baka.
It was not one email that included a lot of insults. This was a 7 or 8 year stretch of emails from him. Now, people ask, who in the world was he talking to this comfortably that he would say these
Yeah, but you're not glorifying what's in the reclamation project. Why won't you talk about the other controversies that pertain to the subject that matter? You're contradictory, you effing troglodyte. What? Am I a piece of shit for being a conservative? It's idiots like you that don't understand the meaning of reclamation project, you troglodyte, moronic piece of shit. I get bullied for watching you. I get bullied for watching your streams. I think this person is confused, but, you know. What? A horrible, unrelated fact that has emerged from the Jon Gruden fiasco is that he has a son named DEUCE Gruden who looks like this. Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. What is this, dude? Look, this is one guy. This is one dude off the streets. Okay. Luckily, he was born into a multi-millionaire coach family. Because otherwise, that's a cop. That's literally a cop, dude. Motherfucker out here looking like Megan Fox's thumb
today,
dude.
Sigma Grind said, bro.
Holy shit. He just straight up looks like a toe thumb.
Sup, babe.
He ain't even
nice
a
day.
thumb. He's a pinky. Dude, that's the fattest pinky on the planet, dude.
It's been 1 year. Now I am trans and starting to grow my boobies.
He's a competitive powerlifter? Yeah, he looks jacked. This is some serious 5'6" energy right here. Yeah. That's Thumbelina. Bro, he literally, I mean, dude. It looks like they just took him and pressed him down a little bit and he just widened out. Dude, come on. Oh my God. Dude. What?
Also.
Dude, literally, this picture and this picture is the same picture, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? He went to boot camp for Thumb Wars? Dude, that is like, that's excellent. That's excellent cop posture, dude. That's wonderful, dude. That is fucking wonderful. He fought in Thumb War too. Thumb War so nice they had to do it twice, and then DEUCE Gruden was a part of it. Why is his right forearm so thick? He's a power lifter. Ah! What the fuck? Where did you find it? What happened here? Okay, dude, stop! Jon Gruden writing an email? Sports Twitter is gonna fucking love this shit, dude. Here's a take on Gruden from Stephen A. Smith this morning on ESPN. Oh, here we
Raiders.
go.
I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt anyone. Raiders owner Mark Davis adding, I have accepted Jon Gruden's resignation as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Interesting timing. These emails were sent while Jon Gruden was working for ESPN as a lead analyst for Monday Night Football, and his resignation announced during Monday Night Football.
Oh, God. Am I fucking... I'm dying diving into sports weebdom, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Last night, Keyshawn is getting set to join us right now. Obviously, he just finished his radio show. He played with a unique perspective, playing 2 years under Jon Gruden. We will get to him momentarily. Welcome in First Take. Thank you for being here. I'm Molly Karen Rose, Stephen A. Smith. I'll start with you, Stephen A., as Keyshawn gets set here.
Yes.
What's your reaction to all of this? Because this was shocking. As I was watching the game, it was really coming down throughout and at halftime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, by the way, everybody, like you said, Keyshawn will be here in a second. Just changing.
Walking out right now.
Radio, just finished doing this radio show. I got to get this out of my ear. So much static's in my ear right now. To say.
Bro, I don't know anything about fucking sports or like the people who cover sports, right? But for some reason, like, especially Stephen A. Smith, he just strikes me as an actor. Okay? Like, I feel like he just like gets up every morning and then he sits down, he you know, puts on his nice suit and he sits down on that desk and he's like, I'm going to say some shit. I'm going to say some shit that is so fucking silly. Like, he just has that energy where it's like wrestling. You know what I mean? Skip Bayless too. And I don't even know anything. Like, I don't even know anything about what they say, what they do. Okay. But it's just the fucking vibes. The vibes that he fucking puts out are just so silly. Like, he has that. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Don't get me wrong. So, like, please don't fucking yell at me if you like whatever fucking sports guy he likes that he, like, defends, you know what I mean? So then you're like, oh, fuck you. You know, he's actually a truth teller, whatever.
Jeez.
Literally hit the nail on the head, to be honest. Dan Libetard is the only one worth listening to, and he's just a shit lib. They just craft up, they cook up like a spicy ass take for the memes, you know what I mean? That's it.
That this is stunning.
Like the way he carries himself. I don't know. All right, let's just watch.
Doesn't even begin to describe what this situation is.
Yeah.
Let me get this out of the way first.
Real quick, Keyshawn is here. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for the hustle.
No problem.
And grateful to have you.
Yeah, absolutely grateful. Thanks a lot. To say that this is stunning doesn't even begin to describe how we all should feel right now. Couple of things. Number one, yesterday, you weren't here. I was of the mindset that Jon Gruden shouldn't be fired, shouldn't be suspended, because it was one email from 2011. And then the next thing you know, this avalanche arrived last night. And you learned that it wasn't one email, but many. You learned it wasn't one email that happened in 2011. It was emails that started in like 2010 all the way to 2011, all the way to 2018. And let's get into the particulars, because before I even say all of that, let me say this. Jon Gruden's career is over. It's over. There's certain things that we are the land of second chances. People make mistakes all the time, and we get all of that. But I cannot imagine even a white male with influence and connections and some degree of power that can overcome what the New York Times reported and what we all now know.
Much love, man.
Jon Gruden made racially insensitive comments about DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the Players Association. And you have a plethora of people in this country that felt that should have been enough. Then we learned that he was against the NFL bringing in a guy like Michael Sam, saying...
Like, those two are the biggest offenses that directly tie back to Jon Gruden out of everything that's come out, including, like, the distribution of, like, the topless photos and stuff. But the topless photos situation is, like, much larger as a problem, that what he did distributing the material is nowhere near as grave an offense as, like, getting the cheerleaders to go out and, like, take those topless photos and coerce them. You know what I mean? But the two things, like, you know, being homophobic and being racist, those two situations are like, that's it. You're a bad dude. You're not a good guy. You know, fucking take some time out and figure it out, you know?
Over via emails that the commissioner should not be encouraging then Rams coach Jeff Fisher to draft queers. Then he sat up there, and after all of that, what did he say after that? He goes off, he calls the commissioner the P word. He calls the vice president of the United States the P word.
Yeah, that stuff I don't give a fuck about. I think that's pretty funny. I'm sorry. If you get fucking mad at that, if you get mad at like a football coach being like, Joe Biden is a pussy, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like that, who cares? Like literally, Polish? Yes, the P word is Polish. That's right. It's just like, that's crazy.
He's against women being officials in the National Football League. I mean, you insulted blacks, you insulted women, you insulted folks from the gay community. The list just
and
went
criticized player safety.
And criticized. I was
trying to reduce
I
the
wasn't finished. I wasn't finished. I was saving that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Eric Reed, you know, he said that Eric Reed should be fired for exercising his constitutional rights because he had every right to do what he did, whether people agree with him or not. The fact of the matter is you had a right to do it. He said the man should be fired. Everywhere you turn, I mean, he has offended, several groups of people. His career is over. There's certain things.
Bro, his take is so long-winded and no take whatsoever. Like, he just basically recapped. Is that what you're supposed to do when you're a take guy? He just recapped the situation and then basically said his career is over. This is so dog water, dude. What the fuck? Like, say something, dude. Be like, nah, it's not fucked up, actually. Or say, it's so fucked up. Fuck this guy, you know? Say something. Why is he stalling?
Things, particularly in this day and age, you don't come back from. And Jon Gruden cannot come back from this. So before I say, I want to hand it off to you, Keyshawn, because I think your words right now are more important than mine because you played for the man and you were consistent, like I said yesterday.
Stephen A. Smith refused to back any minority groups on television. I know. We've already seen the 10 minutes of Max Kellerman being blacker than Stephen A. Smith or whatever, that video, which is kind of grossly fucking put. But yeah, I know.
Even when at the time, I said, listen, he shouldn't be fired based off of the one comment from 2011. I made sure to point out that your words yesterday on your radio show, before anybody had spoken about it, your words, I was like, Keyshawn's been saying this about him for years. Everything he said on the radio, Keyshawn said about Jon Gruden years and years ago. So your words were very, very consistent. And now they're prophetic and profound, to be quite honest with you.
Then let him say it. Why is he not having... Okay, dude.
I don't see how he gets away with this. I don't see how he comes back from this. He hasn't gotten away from it, but how he comes back from this. But he ain't the only one. You, Bruce Allen, you know, you don't have a job right now. Good luck in getting one. Some of these groups, the owner of Hooters, and this little chain, this little clique y'all had going, you know, sending these emails back and forth with one another. This will not be the only domino that will fall.
It's never the only domino that'll fall. Yeah. I mean, it's just the start of everything. I mean, I don't even know where do you start with this situation?
Anywhere you want.
I want to start here. What did you see? What did you see as a player? Because you've been saying this for years, and people were critical of you for having those opinions.
I would say this, Molly, when I was playing, I didn't say anything. Stephen A. remember when I was deactivated from the team and essentially sent home for 6-7 weeks, I didn't say anything. I said, hey, I'm happy. I won a Super Bowl. I had my time. It's time to move on. I didn't get into it. I let everybody else just say what they say. And then I finally said, man, this dude is a fraud. Y'all don't seem to understand. He's selling you on something and you're buying it. He's been doing that for years. And whether it was he's an excellent quarterback coach, whether he won the Super Bowl, which I'm grateful and thankful that he came in at a time and injected some energy into us so we can get over the hump that year and win the Super Bowl.
John,
but it's the talking behind people's back.
Yeah.
That was one of his traits in Tampa. Everything, Stephen A., I love you, Molly, you're great. But as soon as I go around the corner, I can't stand them, you know what's, and this, that, and the other. I got to get it. He was.
See, that's spicy. That's what I want to fucking, dude. I love these lower thirds, dude. They're fucking hilarious. Keyshawn Johnson. Jon Gruden is a fraud. Before it's like Stephen A. Smith. Jon Gruden's career is over.
Was doing that a lot.
Wow, I'm glad that they fucking cut him off in the middle of his rhetoric here.
Gruden's statement, that last sentence, I never meant to hurt anybody.
6 months.
Well, rhetorically, I'll throw out this question. It wouldn't have hurt Eric Reed to get fired? It wouldn't have hurt women if they weren't allowed to be officials? It wouldn't have hurt Michael Sam if he was never drafted at all because of his sexual orientation? What do you mean you didn't mean to hurt anybody?
Yeah.
You actually did. That was the intent. He didn't feel Michael Sam should be in this league. He didn't feel women should be officiating. He didn't feel that Eric Reed should be in the league. I think that would have hurt people. And so when you see that and it's inconsistent, and then you see the press conference and he's talking about, I really don't want to talk about this anymore. That's what Jon Gruden had said at the press conference the other day.
There you go. He made a point, dude. Look, in the first 60 seconds, too. That's pretty wild. I mean, the point is that, you know, your words do matter. You're in a position of power. And that kind of energy that you have towards women, towards gay people, towards black people, that's completely unacceptable, especially when you're in the fucking NFL. Okay? It's like he's right about that.
Just trying to determine how other people would come at him and what have you. You just see that this is really something that had to happen. There's no way around it.
Well, he says all those sort of things he didn't want to talk about anymore because he's been in control and in power.
Right.
So he wanted to try to force that will on everybody. And like I said on my show, no, you don't get to tell people when they can't have a conversation about what you did that was a very bad thing. That's not your choice anymore. Right. You gave that right up when you put them emails out there and they got publicized for people to see. And so at that point in time, you know, again, I go back to,
I hope someone finds some DMs from 15 years ago when you're all big, rich, and in power and you get exposed because of the same medicine everyone likes to give out. Dude.
I'm voting for Terry.
If you can't comprehend the difference between someone like myself who has, like, been very open about having shitty takes or shitty opinions in the past, nowhere near as bad as whatever that was, and how I've changed from that and how I advocate for people to fucking change as well. If you can't comprehend how that's different than like being Jon Gruden, who clearly has not, especially between the ages of 48 to like fucking 58, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone is secretly a bigot in private. Yeah. Like there's varying degrees of what can be perceived as bigotry in private, which is why I'm saying that like there are differences. Context is important.
Has Crab PLS.
Why the fuck are billionaires beefing now? I don't know. Are they all gonna find cussy DMs like how your quarantine's going? Never forget. Oh, wasn't this the Raiders? Like I can breathe. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my God, isn't the Raiders? Oh shit, I just remembered. Aren't they like fucking super weird? Like the owner of Raiders is super weird. And his son Isn't this team owner like insanely weird? What's his name, dude? His son looks like fucked up. Like I don't know if I'm allowed to make fun of him. Like, yeah, the owner too. Yeah, this guy, dude. Yeah, this guy. I love this guy. I fucking love this guy, dude. This guy's my fucking favorite, dude. He's just like, I took it as a challenge. You know what I mean? Like when people said like rich dudes can get pussy no matter what, like I was like, that's a challenge. Dude, stop sending me grade A underage like chud COVID take. That guy's been a fucking chud for years. What the fuck? Who gives a shit? Fuck that irrelevant dude, okay? Maybe you're just recognizing it now. The original team owner, Al Davis, was actually pretty woke. He had women in the front office and hired multiple minority coaches. Bro, he's awesome, dude. I love this guy. Yeah, I love this. Can't believe chat made fun of your hair when there's people out there looking like that. I mean, this is like so powerful.
Sussy.
This is one of the worst looks you can have, especially at that price point. Like, at that, like, when you're at that level of wealth, if you look like that, that means you are very, like, you are trying extremely hard to look like that. Like, even on accident, a hairstylist could fix your shit up. I love this. He apparently drives like 400 miles in a minivan to get his haircut this way by a barber that he's gone to for decades. Yeah, he's like one of those guys who's like, I'm fucking eccentric. Like, I'm an eccentric billionaire, you know? Anyway, I'm bored of the fucking sports talk shit. I'm sorry, boys. It's like not that fun.
These things. Well, on these emails, Bruce Allen, who's the former president of the Washington football team, they were being investigated for workplace toxicity by the NFL. Also on the email, the co-founder of Hooters, another executive with a restaurant chain in Tampa, and also an executive that used to run a college bowl game. So they were on the emails. And NFL initiate change, right? The Inspire Change initiative they have. The focus of that is to together create positive change in communities across America. Female referees, the players wearing patches on their helmets, inspire change. All of this is happening out front and behind the scenes. This is not just some guy. This is an influential member of the NFL.
That's the funny part, though, is that like all of this stuff is symbolic for the most part, okay? And it's not offering like fundamental or structural change to anything, okay? It's just like, it's literally just like a symbolic fucking, oh, we are actually woke and we're not like the industry built around like destroying the bodies of overwhelmingly, of course, comprised of black men, like destroying their fucking bodies and refusing to help them out when their bodies are completely fucking destroyed. An industry that like does not give a shit. And an industry that does not give a shit and regularly fucking will defend athletes as long as they're good athletes that are doing horrible shit too.
Who is speaking behind the scenes as the antithesis of everything they're trying to put out publicly. That is a problem for the league.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's move on to Southwest Airlines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big story from today. Wait, there was another thing that I wanted to talk about, though. HBO Real Sports just did a story on the owner of the Raiders. Oh, Kyrie Irving, more sports news, more sports ball news, more sports ball news. Kyrie just sacrificed more than Kaepernick ever did, says Donald Trump Jr. Totally. Yeah. Brooklyn. Yeah. Fucking kneeling during the national anthem for police brutality that disproportionately targets black people that looks like Colin Kaepernick and others is the same as not wanting to take a fucking vaccine because you're a flat earther conspiracy theorist like Kyrie Irving, which I love. I love Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry, but also he's a fucking conspiracy theorist. Like, he just like believes in the dumbest shit. It's part of the reason why I love him, though. He's fascinating. Okay. He's my problematic fave. I mean, yeah, 100%. Kyrie's full crystal boy skulled. Oh my God, he's doing sage rituals. I love that. Oh, that is a fucking, how do you not love this guy, man? How do you not love this guy? Bro, he's saging up the court, dude. I love him. I love him. I can confirm Kyrie Irving tips better than LeBron James. That is insane to me. You're also hurting my feelings because I love LeBron James. And I would not expect him to not tip like the fattest tips of all time. Okay, I love this shit. For the record, I love this. I don't give a fuck about saging and stuff. I think it's great. Like, that is just like, who gives a fuck? That stuff is whatever. Not taking the vaccine, on the other hand, not great. Okay, so
I love you.
Given the evolving nature of the situation, a Brooklyn Nets statement came out. Given the evolving nature of the situation after third deliberation, we've decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he's eligible to be a full participant. Kyrie's made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. Currently, the choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate in part-time availability. Isn't LeBron James low-key anti-vax, by the way? That's what I've heard. And I don't want to talk about it because I love him and that hurts my feelings. So he was a super big bitch about it. Yes, but he did get it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. At least he got vaccinated. It doesn't matter. No. It's good. We're good. We're fucking good. We're good. Boys. We're good. Safe. Greatest player of all time. Incredibly nice person. Works super hard. Not a bad guy. One day I will find out that he is a bad guy and that'll break me. But so far, so good. Okay, so. Bro, this guy's sending me all the fucking sports takes, dude. Here, you want me to really, you really want me to do this. You want me to do the sports ball shit so bad. You're like, dude, watch this undisputed clip. Not mentioning China here is problematic. Wait, what? What? Bro, I don't give a fuck about LeBron James takes on China. What are you fucking...
American.
What kind of fucking psycho are... Like, no one cares, dude. Zero people. Like, you have to be so fucking horny to be like, dude, fuck you, dude. And fuck LeBron James. Like, you are literally just horny to, like, spear dick that narrative into a conversation. Who gives a fuck, dude? Oh no, dude. What the fuck? LeBron James did not offer an immediate statement on China. I'm gonna do the Southwest Pilots in a second. Please, too much sports ball commentary. Shut the fuck up. Literally every Reddit thread on LeBron spirals into his China comments is always a shit show. I don't care. Here you go, dude. Here you go. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for my take on LeBron's take on China? I don't care. And you don't either. Shut the fuck up. You literally don't care. Yes, I will cover. Speaking of China, the tankies are going to be eating good today, okay, in a little bit. I will get to that, okay? I will get to that in a little bit. The Associated Press basically are like, yeah, it turns out, you know, the fucking re-education camps no longer have barbed wire and shit. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't even continue going off that narrative. It's not like people give a fuck or know any better. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Don't worry. Okay. Big fan of Mao's LeBron. Unreal, man. I love LeBron. No, he said at a meeting people should shut up and play in a player association meeting. Yeah, that stuff is fucking gnarly and not cool and fucked up. For the record. Like, them talking to Barack Obama and then, like, immediately stopping a potential strike, that was kind of whack. That was sad. That was sadder than, like,
let's go.
Him being like, I don't know anything about China. Please stop asking me, or whatever the fuck he said. Anyway, let's keep going.
Does this mean now Kyrie will be traded?
It's imperative that we continue to build chemistry as a team and remain true to our long.
So being a public figure that's anti-Hong Kong democracy is very cool. Got it? Dude, super cool. Anti-Hong Kong democracy. All right.
Established values of togetherness and sacrifice.
You mean anti-Hong Kong democracy until what, 2022 or something? Like when, or when is the official date that Hong Kong was 2046? Sorry, yeah, anti-Hong Kong democracy until 2046 or 2050 or whenever the fuck Hong Kong was always supposed to go back to mainland China.
Aha. I've been saying this all along. Now, what this tells me, Woj reported that Kevin.
I like this guy. I don't know. See, remember, I don't know anything about these dudes, but like, I just go off vibes, right? And I like this guy. His vibes are good. His vibes are pretty good. He's also super drippy, but like usually whenever I see clips of him, he seems like a good dude.
Durant and James Harden has been consulted on this.
I believe
with this statement, we already know. I keep trying to tell people, you think you got power. You don't. They got it. Now they say, you know what, Kyrie? Now, when you want to get vaccinated and make sacrifices like everybody else has made, we welcome you back with open arms. But until then, we don't do the part-time. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, do people understand? Imagine you get hired for a job, you work a year, and then all of a sudden you tell your boss, I'm only gonna work half the year, but I still want you to pay me. And I'm gonna decide what days I'm gonna work.
And by the way, you make $33 million a year.
Okay. And they say, look, nobody is going to be able to participate with Kyrie on a limited basis. You either all in or you're all out. Now, the choice is yours. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Either Kyrie's going to get vaccinated or they're going to move on with Kyrie. It's as simple as that, Skipper. They're like, we're not finna go back and forth with Kyrie. Our goal is to win a championship, not go back and forth with, is Kyrie in or is Kyrie out? I think the Nets were like Shannon Sharp. I was under the impression that he was going to get the vaccine. I'm sure they were also. And then it became abundantly clear Kyrie's not going to get the vaccine. Then it became abundantly clear to those higher ups, Kevin Durant and James Harden and Sean Marks and Steve Nash. Like I said, I believe Steve Nash was ready to move on a long time ago.
You're probably right.
Okay. You see what it is. I don't believe he plays. He gonna get that vaccine or he getting traded. Those are the only two options, Skip. I mean, it's not like he got A, B, C, D, all the above. He only got two options: vaccine or trade. That's it.
Okay.
12 months.
Bottom line,
Evan.
good for the Nets. Good for Sean Marks and Steve Nash, but especially for Kevin Durant and James Harden, because they had to sign off on this.
Absolutely.
And they said enough is just enough. As a group, they just called Kyrie's hand. They called his bluff. They just threw it right back in his court and said, hey, if you don't want to do this, and Sean Marks said it best, we respect his right to choose.
Yes.
They do. I do. You do.
Right.
Everybody. If that's what you want or don't want, go do it.
Right.
Don't get vaccinated. Become a conspiracy theorist if that's what you want to do. Become a visionary, an against-the-grain, mold-breaking thinker. That's what Kyrie at heart wants to be. Sometimes he says we're artists here, and his art is basketball, but he's got a mind in him.
Right.
He's got high IQ. He sees through things, and I love that about him. He tries to think below the surface, and he sees some things I don't see, but who am I to say that he's wrong? He thinks this.
Dude, I'm dying. I literally don't know. I can't. This is not for me. Like, the subject matter is actually interesting, but oh shit. The subject matter is actually interesting, but I cannot fucking get myself to go through an entire thing. Wait, Kyrie Irving says, I have no plans to get. Oh, this is a meme.
You got like a card or a number or something? Read that for me. Bro, that's like get the fuck on.
I have no plans to get the vaccine, but I'm still interested in being a part-time player. Dude, why is he like this? You're not a sports guy, that's why? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm certainly not. But I do also find it really interesting when, you know, sports guys will fucking come out and do shit like this. You got asked if he sees LeBron as a father figure and snapped. Seeing all the hogs tell Kyrie to stand the line is great. Yeah, I mean, same energy as this, right? Hold on. It's like the media just trying to cancel everybody. It was 10 years ago. Jon Gruden can coach my team any day. Yeah, stand the line, Kyrie. You're one of them good ones. It's literally like, it's the same energy, dude. That's right. Went from flat earther to pagan, burning incense to cleanse the TD garden, and now he's anti-vax. I mean, that's all, literally all of that works in succession. You know what I mean? Like, every single thing you mentioned is from the same area. One follows the other. Kind of like an ad follows the top of the hour. You know what I mean? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime. If you no longer want to subscribe, though, you can also use an ad block or a VPN. But Twitch Prime is free. Here's the ad now.
Options was to get vaccinated or not play in the NBA.
Yeah.
That was a tough decision. Hopefully, you know, it works out in the long run. And 10 years, I'm so healthy.
During this
week or so, what has it meant to you to see all your teammates support as you were making a decision?
Oh, no, it was good, man. It was nothing but love. Especially from,
Hassel.
Draymond, Iguodala, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of support in the team, and I feel like whatever decision I decided to make, they were going to stand by it. So it felt good.
Does it feel, I mean, after tonight, particularly after this interview, really, the storyline is done, you're playing this season, does that feel good to just get behind you?
It feels good to play, but, getting vaccinated, that's going to be something that, stays in my mind for a long time.
Yeah.
The Halloween Pogo emote doesn't have the same vibe as the normal one. I agree. You're right. Michael, thanks for bringing up what needed to be said.
That's something I wanted to do, but it's kind of forced.
Will you have a sour taste in your mouth towards organization, towards the league, towards whatever? I mean,
Not towards the organization. They didn't make the rules. But
20 months.
I guess
Still be a hassle.
to do certain stuff, to work and all that, I guess you don't own your body. That's what it comes down to. If you want to work in society today, then I guess they make the rules of what goes in your body and what you do. And hopefully there's a lot of people out there that are, stronger than me and keep fighting and, stand for what they believe, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, at least you can still have taste in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
10 months hassle.
What? Felix, what the fuck? What do you want? What did Felix do? Oh, no. Oh, here we fucking go, dude. Okay, dude. Yay. Felix, decolonized Tisch School. Oh, no. Decolonial Jew, poet, not your Jewish friend, indigenous, UWS, Judea, creator of hashtag mute Dua Lipa. Ay, dude. He's like, he became a pit crew account. He does this every Halloween, okay? Like every spooky season, he loves making like a different kind of account for himself, like just restructuring his account in its entirety. And he went full pit crew this time. Here we go.
Union election going on now. We need as many Teamsters to vote. O'Brien and Zuckerman.
Oh my God, did he actually write a full thread? Jews can't be indigenous to Israel. There's no proof. Okay, let's start with a list of indigenous Jewish inventions that literally trace back to the time of David. A thread. SodaStream seems pretty new, right? Actually, in 2 Samuel, David is documented as serving drinks. He's become everything you despise? No, he's memeing, dude. He's making fun of those accounts that do shit like this. It is satire. Of course it's satire. Okay, that's one thing. I'm going to see even more. I'm going to see more even though I claim to be anti-racist for everyone except Jews. Fine. Archaeologists discovered these in a tomb of Haifa in 2009. I bet they look familiar. That's because they're ecstasy tablets, likely pressed by Solomon before a feast. I'm going to need to see something more complex that proves your ancestor was living in Israel. Oh, you mean complex like the great weapon Uriah was described as wielding? Gee, I wonder how Israelis thought to invent this. Maybe because we've always had it. Okay, it was good. Okay, that's fair. Do you think if COVID pandemic happened, say in the 80s or early 90s, would have been this much misinformation going around? Probably not. Libs of TikTok.
Poga.
Global warming,
The fuck is this? I kind of hate. I go back and forth on this Libs of TikTok account.
What do you
think is the #1 contributing factor to global warming? Agriculture? The fashion industry? Something else? I'll tell you a secret. It's the U.S. military. The U.S. military is the world's largest consumer of oil. It's the world's biggest polluter. Our armed forces create 750,000 tons of toxic waste every year. Depleted uranium, jet fuel, pesticides, lead, and other chemicals too. Do you think it's a coincidence?
Same. Libs of TikTok sometimes don't miss his pains.
That's crazy. It's crazy what Kate Bush has gotten up to, you know?
That the military emissions are often overlooked by climate studies. The Kyoto Protocol! That's why. There are actually very few things we can do that are as environmentally catastrophic as war. I think we all can see the irony that we fight these wars in order to get oil, but if we didn't fight these wars, we wouldn't need the oil. Not as much. We're like a snake eating its own tail.
This is literally... You cannot convince me that this is not fucking Kate Bush. I know people say I'm racist against white people and like I can't tell white people apart. This is literally Kate Bush. Okay? This is how you take a 100% accurate statement and deliver it in such a physically cringe way possible that like people are kind of like, she's right, but like, I don't know. She's right, but like, yeah, boo. Who said that? I don't know what's going on. This is what happens when you take the vaccine, dude.
Thank you for pushing me further to democratic socialism and
This is what happens, bro. People be like, the vaccine has no side effects. Meanwhile, she took the vaccine and she can't stop doing this now.
800 military bases around the world. Wait, are there 800 countries? There aren't. There's only 194. I'm not a mathematician, but that sounds really exciting. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but the only way we're going to reduce climate change is less money to the Pentagon. We can't keep supporting the military machine. I know what you're going to say. Oh, but if we weren't the world's empire bully, then someone else would be. So it's better that it's us rather than, I don't know, China or Russia. But is it? That's basing your assumption on the fact that we have to have a world bully. Don't you think that the fact that we're racing towards our own extinction makes it crystal clear that maybe we don't have to, I don't know, fight each other all the time? There are plenty of ways to restructure society, like cooperating, collaborating, working to...
How does she get a job after this? Is she shitposting? I don't know, but I'm going to make a joke about it.
I don't...
30 months, Pogu.
I think our taxes should be going to...
I can't. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. I mean, she's right, though. She is right.
20 more. Not if we want to survive. The best thing we can do to support our troops is actually stop giving all this money to an endless war machine.
We didn't get to this yesterday. Bill Maher needs to stop talking. I don't want to watch that. By the way, she's literally a comedian. She's just trying to get attention for what she's saying by appealing to lib aesthetic. Her dancing is making me support the U.S. military. Yeah, I know. I mean, she's right. She's 100% right in every part of this commentary. So she's right, but the world's just going to end and just accept it and live like it'll end today. What?
Cummy in the tummy, go wummy.
It's not the #1 factor. It's a big factor, though. And it's not just like the American military's fucking emissions. It's also what the American military does. Wait, Dave Rubin blocked me? Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, why did he block me? What a fucking loser, dude. I still have his phone number. I should just text him and be like, yo, you blocked me, you fucking piece of shit.
If you're watching this.
Hey, Kyrie Irving, forget the NBA. The basketball league for decent people. Fucking bitch, dude. I can't believe he blocked me. What a fucking bitch.
This man, you know what you should do is just leave the NBA, start a league with some old players, some retired guys, maybe some other players that don't want to get vaccinated, and start a league with other.
Bro, his what? Literally no one would watch that. Is he fucking joking? The COVID league? And old NBA players, dude? Literally? What a dumb idea, dude. This is why I always say it's so remarkably easy to make it as a fucking conservative commentator. Like, after all, Dave Rubin is a functioning conservative commentator who makes money. Like, he makes money doing this. Imagine having, like, old-ass fucking anti-vax NBA players. It's like one cough from Kyrie and they're fucking out, dude. What do you mean? They would all die.
People, regular people that wish they could have played basketball with guys like you. Maybe it's half court, you know, maybe it's full court. It can be for men and women. It could be for tall people and short people, black and white, gay and straight, vaccinated and unvaccinated. That would be more interesting. We'll get some celebrities to play. We'll get just regular guys who love hoops. I'm not kidding. Men and women, like, mix up everything and let's get some league of decent people.
Bro, what the fuck? This is... Bro, Dave Rubin has some really fucking stupid comments, but this is perhaps the dumbest thing I've ever heard him say. Hey, why don't you start... Kyrie Irving, leave the NBA and start your own league where you play half-court basketball with decent people? Absolutely zero motherfuckers would watch that. The only reason why people would watch that is so that they can fucking clown on it, dude.
How about we call it that? The basketball league for decent people. I don't watch the NBA anymore, but I would probably watch something like that. I would try to play too. Got my brace for my knee, and I would like to get out there. You know, Kyrie.
Yeah, he just wants to play with Kyrie Irving. That's it. He's literally the same take as people telling you to stop streaming to socialism better through other ways. Yeah. He's going to accidentally describe the plot of an Air Bud sequel. Watch coming this Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. on TNT. Kyrie Irving on the Covidian Basketball Association. What is this? This is why you're the best tweeter at TYT. What the fuck? What did I say about? I can't even see it anymore because I'm blocked by him. What was the tweet? This is Dave right now. Anyway, let's watch Southwest. Finally, let's get to that story. Okay, there's a lot to cover today. We have seen a lot of memes. Okay, we have lived, we've laughed, and we've fucking loved. Okay.
It was my birthday yesterday. Can I get a happy birthday, Mr. Streamer?
Southwest cancellations.
Lines, which is experiencing day number 5 of widespread cancellations. Yesterday, 435 additional Southwest flights were canceled, bringing the total above 2,000 since Friday. Errol Barnett is...
Happy birthday, the classic cat.
...looking at what may be the cause. Errol, good morning.
Hey there, good morning. Early numbers show 7% of Southwest flights today are canceled or delayed, and so many have been pointing the blame at pilots. So we asked the head of Southwest Pilots Union if all of this really is over the incoming vaccine mandate, and they tell us that's not the case. The union says this operational meltdown was caused by the airline itself.
It was a shock. There was definitely a panic moment.
Julianne Maddox, Heather Jones, and their friend Laura Flint spent the weekend in Austin, Texas for a friend's wedding. When their Southwest flight was canceled, their best option was to split the cost of a $450 car rental and drive 25 hours back home to Washington, D.C.
The general consensus among everyone was it's easier to rent a car and just get out of town, to start moving rather than waiting.
My friend Dan took a bus back from Vegas to Los Angeles last night because of the cancellations. 1,800 flights canceled. Literally fucking, like, he had to take a bus back, dude. What the fuck? Why was this at my For You page? What is conservative TikTok?
President Trump, if you see this, please, this is America.
5 months less go.
This is
It
our
was
land.
nice meeting you in Vegas, Hasan.
This is an old ass video, dude. I very famously laughed at her. In the 30 minutes that you muted me for asking a question, I watched your debate with Charlie Kirk. Fucker, holy shit, you were pathetic. Oh my god. Didn't mean to be offensive, but seeing how your mods timed me out for 10 minutes, guessing I said the wrong thing, let me clarify. I don't want to debate anyone. I'm a new viewer and I was genuinely curious about your opinions. The easiest thing for me is to search up YouTube, but I enjoyed the live dynamic of Twitch more. I'm not even from the US, so I'm just trying to understand why you guys are so divided. Socialists are all the same. Muting me for 30 minutes. Pathetic socialist KEKW. Pathetic socialist KEKW. Did anyone even mute him? It was Fossabot for literally spamming. Oh, Fizz did. LMAO, running away from a debate, always the sign of an intellectual titan. Running away from a debate. Yeah, he wouldn't shut up after I already replied to him about how he can find his vid on your ACAB takes. Yeah, I mean, here, dude. Now you're fucking permabanned, idiot. See? Once again, dude, I was being nice. I only gave a little bit of a fucking little baby ban. I was wrong. Should have just fucking banned him across the board.
Waiting till Tuesday or Wednesday to even potentially get a flight.
And they weren't alone. As rebooking canceled flights became a nightmare, some Southwest passengers had to choose between paying for other transportation or staying put for days. The airline has been clashing with its pilots union over its decision to require COVID vaccines, raising concerns pilots could have been walking off the job.
As far as you know, did any of your pilots called out sick this weekend? We're able now to look back and we have data on what exactly happened. Our pilot sick rates are right in line with what was occurring this summer. So that's a fairly normalized number.
The president of Southwest Pilots Association says there was no planned demonstration.
So outside of air traffic control and weather, you point the blame squarely where? Squarely on Southwest. I point to how they manage the network, how their IT also supports that network. But once a little hiccup occurs, due to the internal processes, our pilots aren't getting to where they need to be. We've been sounding this alarm for about 4 years and have seen very little approach to correcting it.
Now, we asked Southwest about those specific claims, and it declined to comment. The airline is saying that it is suffering with staff shortages, and it said that has been an issue since before the pandemic. We are seeing this across most industries, and at this moment, Southwest is still citing weather and external factors for all these delays. Gail?
Earl, nobody likes waiting in line 3 hours for nothing. Thank you very much. Let's bring in the CEO of Southwest Airlines, Gary Kelly. Gary, thanks for joining us this morning. How is the situation today?
Thanks, George. It's great to be back. Well, yeah, things are much improved today, and essentially all this starts with a series of FAA Florida delay programs on Friday. About half of our airplanes touched the state of Florida. Orlando, as an example, had a ground.
This is what happens when just-in-time scheduling goes wrong. A few cancellations caused by issues with weather and air traffic control, and their staff is at the wrong locations and can't get the flights they're supposed to man. I mean, yes and no. I don't think this is just a just-in-time cancellation issue. I think it's literally that, like, I low-key secretly think, from what I've seen of people that, like, I know air stewardess that work at, and people that work at Southwest. And even before the ship popped off, they were talking about how this is because some of the pilots are anti-vax. The chatter used to be nice. What happened? I disagree with you on a lot, but I still find you entertaining and fun to watch. Cheers. I'm finally catching you live in the EU. I mean, yeah, well,
been wanting to
GG's, dude. That's what happened.
Taken away bonuses, took away some of our PTO hours, want us to work 12 hours up to 6 days a week and for shit pay. I'd counter start the movement though.
The other issue is Southwest only has 2 simulators to certify their pilots on the 787 MAX, which just got delivered back to them, so they have a limited amount of certified pilots as well. Yeah, but that is a rumor versus the word you're receiving straight from the horse's mouth currently. I mean, I'm listening to a CEO talk about it. It's like, it's a little bit like doing damage control. Hey, we couldn't get fucking all of our pilots vaccinated, so they're fucking doing a rebellion. And I'm going to use PR talk as best as I can.
Stop for 7 hours. So it just put the airline way behind on Friday. So there were no ATC issues over the week.
If anything, the pilots union boss coming out and speaking out against like the anti-vaxxer conspiracies, that was more solid than anything else.
That's absolutely true. But I think any industry expert knows that it takes several days if you have that large of an impact on the operation to get the airplanes where they need to be and then to match the crews up with that. And I completely agree with Captain Murray. Our people are doing a phenomenal job. They're working very, very hard. And of course, I want to apologize to all of our customers. This is not what we want, but unfortunately, it just takes a couple of days to get things back on track. So things are much smoother today. We have a few more cancellations than we would normally have, but things are pretty well back to normal.
I know Spirit Airlines had some trouble as well, but it seems like Southwest really bore the brunt of this. Why Southwest?
Well, I think it's what I said. I think over half of our fleet touches the state of Florida. We have a linear route system. We're just different. And, I can't really speak to what their issues were or weren't. Everyone was impacted on Friday, and everyone was impacted in a very big way.
Seeing a lot of people invested in this idea that this is somehow related to vaccine mandates.
There's just no evidence of that. As I said, and as Captain Murray said, our people are working very hard. They're doing a great job. I'm very proud of them, and especially when we get into a difficult situation like this, they're also delayed. They're also ending up in places that they didn't expect. So, no, our people are doing a phenomenal job. And the vaccine man.
Someone said Florida is the southeast, not southwest. This is a good one, Chatter.
Mandate obviously is controversial, and it's not anything that I wish for our company. This is a government mandate. It's a presidential order, and we're doing our best to comply with that according to the deadlines that have been set. We're not going to fire any employees over this. We're urging all of our employees to get vaccinated. If they can't get vaccinated, we're urging them to seek an accommodation. So, we'll do everything we can to support our people here.
Are you going to need to add employees to deal with the holiday crush?
And still be this stupid.
Dude, I have a suspicion that shit is going to pop off during the holiday season if our logistical hurdles are not fixed, are not solved. Because everything about American holidays that I personally love is about commodity consumption. And if you cannot consume those commodities, if you can't go to Black Friday, if you can't do that, if you can't get a fat turkey with all the supply chain breakdowns happening everywhere, oh my Lord, dude. I feel like this will be the rebellion. Like, this will be the real hog rebellion. It will make January 6th look like a tickle party. Okay? What do I always tell you, dude? This entire system is designed in a way for everyone to consistently consume unfettered, unregulated commodity production. As long as you can fucking consume and never stop consuming. It will literally, the entire system will fall apart, because like, then you lose the only thing. Like, then you lose the only fucking escape that you have, the deal that you have signed on to, whether you recognize it or not, is that all this shit that we do worldwide, it doesn't matter. I don't care about it. No healthcare, doesn't matter. It sucks, but like ultimately doesn't matter as long as I can fucking go and get, jalapeno poppers. Ships wait off the California coast, unable to unload their cargo. Truckers are overworked and overwhelmed, often confronting log jams. Rail yards have also been clogged, with trains at one point backed up 25 miles outside of a key Chicago facility. Yup. This will affect Americans' lives a lot more in the latest White House tell-all book. News media needs to prioritize it. Then the latest White House tell-all book. The commercial pipeline that brings $1 trillion worth of toys, clothing, electronics, and furniture from Asia to the U.S. is clogged, and no one knows how to unclog it. As Americans fume, supply headaches are expected to last through 2022. Yup. And yes, Ammo JD is correct. And the JIT, just-in-time issue for airlines, have the exact same fucking container issue with goods, containers being filled to the brim with goods that are trying to come into the United States, yet there are shortages everywhere. This is 100% true. It's a much larger and much more significant problem than the Southwest CEO talking about the fucking canceled flights, by the way. That's where we're at right now. Trucks are breaking down and don't have parts. Why is it clogged? Is that a dumb question? So there's a couple different reasons. One, every part of the fucking supply chain is broken, okay? COVID ripped it. COVID ripped it across the board. There is a lot of demand for commodities. There's a lot of, we're in an asset bubble right now. There's a lot of people that have money, okay? They want to buy shit with that money, myself included. I bought a fucking uplift desk, for example. The desk came in 2 parts. I thought the full desk was going to be shipped like 3 weeks ago. I'm still waiting on the top of the desk. I have no desk. It's nothing. Part of that is because We don't rely on domestic manufacturing. We don't. And we're fucked because of it. Okay? So there is definitely a big issue with me not getting a desk, of course. But all joking aside, there's a big issue with every part of the supply chain. Truckers are overworked, like I said. Car parts are unavailable. There are shortages for computer chips. There are shortages for key items necessary. One part of the problem is that a lot of these containers, from what I understand, and I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory or not, I need to look a little bit further into it. But from what I understand, China doesn't just control manufacturing. China also quietly has controlled the containers in all international ports for some time now. They control the container space in a lot of these locations.
Hassle.
So they have purchased a lot of the container space in all domestic and international ports. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that there aren't any container spaces, right? In these ports, there still are, but they've been able to successfully slow down goods from being shipped into countries There's a lot of reasons for that, but largely it's because they own the containers and most of the boats are in use or flagged in China. Yeah. So if they want to, they can literally slow down commodities from coming in to the United States. Why is this only a story now? It's been a story for a while. You were just asking for the China bag crowd to come stunlock you, aren't you? I mean, it's just going into some kind of fucking trade war with China was, of course, going to lead to foreseeable negative consequences for the American consumer that would actually have significant political problems down the line. I work as an account executive at the second largest 3PL in the U.S. I've been pulling 60-hour weeks with no lunches since I finished training in July. Logistics is an absolute nightmare right now. Maliciously? It's not malicious, baby. That's international. That's the container issue isn't allocation of space. It's containers themselves. The shipping industry is literally out of containers. An aggressive fight over containers is causing shipping costs to rocket by 300%. IKEA's Singapore operations called it a global transport crisis. It estimates 850 of its 8,500 products are affected by shipment delays. Chinese tech giant Alibaba's logistic arm, Kniao, launched a container booking service last week in response to the global shortage. What would benefit China? What would China gain from slowing goods transfer? I think it's a flex. Funny how you act so anti-China yet openly endorse LeBron James and his goons. I'll be unfollowing and unwatching. Thanks. What? I'm following since 44 minutes ago. That's pretty funny. That's a good meme, whoever this was. The ships coming into U.S. ports are flagged by the U.S. The problem is that our fleet is so small compared to others. We constantly bottlenecked, and now with the trade war is really starting to show. This is China showing its fucking showing its power, basically, its might. That's what happens when you don't have domestic manufacturing. That all capital owners have fucking foolishly and in a greedy capacity moved the overwhelming majority of their manufacturing overseas to China. That's how you fucking lose to China. And that's the reality. I mean, it's like Deng was right.
MHM.
There's no better representation of like Dengist values coming back to haunt the United States and contemporary American society than the Obabe documentary about the fucking Chinese manufacturing coming to America. Like, America has obliterated its own labor force so aggressively as a consequence of like capital owners being like, yeah, this is actually really, really smart to just like move and just transit goods back from China and produce them there. So much so that like it eviscerated the labor class. It eviscerated the working class here. No protections whatsoever. So much so that Chinese manufacturers can come back to America and take advantage of our lack of unionization. They can come back to America and produce goods in the United States of America.
I'm sorry, Ajahn Bible.
Okay? It's still a costly alternative, but they can do it simply for marketing, dude. Man, it's starting to feel like China is a world superpower now, and they're showing soft power like America has done for everyone for a century. Oh, for sure. It's definitely a sensor that's in every hauling truck in the country. This sensor requires microchips that's unattainable right now. Look into it. The trucks do not work without the sensor. Half of our fleet is down right now because of the sensor.
Hasan, it's my birthday. Can you wish me?
I mean, that also goes back to the same issues, though. There are so many issues. Like the microchip shortage. The container space issue is mainly in U.S. ports that aren't fitted for the largest, newest container ships, so they take longer to offload. Ships are too long and stack too deep, and the ports are getting bottlenecked, and there's too much inventory sitting in ports, which makes it difficult to move the containers around to offload them. I do food ingredient sales, and this is mostly true. Also, the freights are backed up for the port of LA all the way to Anchorage. This isn't getting fixed before next summer. Can't the USA manufacture their own shipping containers for their imports? What are you going to do? I mean, it's too late now. You got fucking hella goods that are sitting on the port. You got to fix that problem. That's a bottleneck that you have to fix. If only we had like better infrastructure, for example. I don't know. That could be fucking tight. We often talk about like the dangers of monopolization and antitrust. Well, we don't really. We do here in the HasanAbi broadcast, but like most Americans don't give a fuck because they care about it from the consumer side. As long as you can get your fucking goods cheap and easy and quick, you don't give a fuck, right? About how it's produced, where it's produced, what kind of negative consequences said monopolization will have. Meanwhile, China has literally been vertically and horizontally integrating every aspect of commodity production under their control, consolidating it under their control for the past fucking half century. So what are you going to do about that? Did I say horizontally? Horizontally. Shut up. Streamer man said something wrong.
Oh no, I can feel the brain rot coming as I approach 9 Mo sub.
And by the way, the best part about this, for the record, is that our capital owners, our business owners, our corporations substituted short-term profit for themselves and their shareholders for this situation to come about. Okay? Like it was all consensual. They did this because they were like, yeah, fuck yeah, of course we're going to take advantage of this. And here's where we're at now. Here's a video on the clog on LA's ports. Here, let's watch this first though.
Off the coast of Los Angeles, the reason you're paying more for everyday items and perhaps struggling to find some in the store, a vital parking lot in the Pacific. Container ships, mostly from Asia, stretching across the horizon. To get an up-close view, we rode along with LA Port Police Marine 12. It didn't take long. The radar suddenly filled with ships. That's it right here. They're right outside the outer harbor. 76 ships waiting for up to 10 days each to enter the port of Los Angeles or nearby Long Beach. Everywhere you look, there's a ship just sitting out here in the water. And 500,000 containers. But this is just one component of the stretched global supply chain that runs from Asian manufacturers across the Pacific to American consumers, now backed up and bottlenecked. Gene Soroka runs the Port of Los Angeles, America's biggest. How many ships a day now are coming in here?
In the last month and a half, we're averaging 18 ships a day.
That's nearly double the number that arrived daily before the pandemic. Making matters worse, there aren't enough truck drivers to take the goods from the docks to the nation's stores.
The American importer cannot digest all of this cargo into their domestic supply chains. 50% of all truckers licensed to do business at the ports no longer come here.
Hired away by internet and big chain retailers. It's not just California. New York's ports are also backed up and leading to a shortage of everything from electronics to toys to cars and car parts, building materials, clothing, and sending prices.
That's why there's like a 200% markup on secondhand used vehicles right now.
Is higher. A lot of those holiday gifts you're hoping to give right now may be stuck sitting out here on the water. The question is whether they're going to be offloaded out of those massive containers onto the trucks, onto the rail lines, and to your local store in time for the holidays.
So the books not showing up in time or showing
up
one at a time would affect us greatly.
Ashlyn Kristoff owns Serendipity and Muse House Retreat gift shops in Studio City, now hoping her orders arrive in time for the holidays.
Nope.
What we were being quoted was 4 to 6 weeks turnaround time, but some of the orders that I had placed earlier in the year I still have yet to see.
Her own supply chain now backed up into the Pacific. Yeah, so the bottom line here, according to the experts, if you're thinking about holiday gifts, you should start probably ordering now. Don't wait till Thanksgiving. Don't wait until the run-up to Christmas and Hanukkah. Order now because there may not be enough when it actually comes time for the holidays. They may be stuck right out there. Guys, back to you.
You know, Tom, it was a fascinating first-hand look there. Really quickly, how long do experts think this is going to go on?
Yeah, the director of the Port of Los Angeles thinks this is going to extend well into next year, maybe into the second or third.
Let me tell you something, okay? Empires don't fucking die, especially now. Empires don't just die because they like lose battles, okay? They lose wars. They die when the fucking supply chain falls apart. I'm telling you right now, dude, there's one thing that keeps America going. I said this during COVID. I said this before, like as the pandemic was popping off. And people were like, why are they giving people money? Because I was like, the number one thing that the American, like the American working class does is not produce, but rather consume. That's our number one goal. That's our only use to the rest of the fucking world. So we fucking can't consume. Holy shit, dude. I cannot wait for motherfuckers. Like, people will be murdered on Black Friday. For sure. I can see that. USSR lost Afghanistan and also had supply issues that led to their collapse. What's happening to the US right now? KEKW? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey, looks like the neoliberals couldn't even deliver cheap crap from China. Is there anything in their ideology that hasn't been completely discredited? If you can't do that, it's over. Like, I'm saying, like, dude, if you can't deliver cheap commodities at a fucking reasonable time frame, motherfuckers will start breaking shit. America isn't remotely the same internally as the USSR. I mean, there's also an opportunity for America to recover from this. It just would require it would require a lot of government interference, ironically.
Hassle.
They call this do you listen to Trash Future? They call this the treat economy, and Britain is starting to go through it. Yeah, Chapo does it too. And they're right. I was listening to the latest Chapo episode where they talked about it, like our treats. Oh, Wendover is a great
and oh, by the
fucking-
way, this is a sign of how well the economy is doing, right? Consumer demand is exploding, but there aren't enough truck drivers. So, by the way, there are a lot of job openings right now for qualified truck drivers across the country to get stuff off the docks and to stores near you.
Tom Costello for us this morning there off the coast of California. Tom, thank you.
Time to get that artificial Christmas tree. If that's what you like, it's time to buy it.
Bro, haven't you guessed it on Trash Future? I have. What? Besties, I did it.
Hi, Jenny.
Oh, you're the person who had the bag. Average Hasan fan? Wait, why is someone shitting on you?
I'm
what a
Kathy.
fucking loser. Okay. Let's watch the Wendover one on
Possible
this.
by Hover. Get 10% off your first purchase of a custom domain or email address at hover.com/Wendover.
As if there's a bunch of drivers waiting to see that segment and jump on it, lol.
COVID-19. That's the answer. That's what caused all the shortages of 2020 and 2021. That's it. COVID-19 caused these shortages in the same way that an iceberg caused the Titanic to sink, or the collapse of Lehman Brothers caused the Great Recession, or the straw broke the camel's back. That's really to say, COVID did cause these shortages. They would not have happened in the manner they did when they did if not for the pandemic. But just as the Titanic's design flaws would eventually lead to calamity, the vulnerabilities in the global economy would eventually lead to a recession, and something would eventually break the overloaded camel's back, COVID caused these shortages, but it's not what made them possible.
It's a powder keg of COVID causing shortages, okay? The American economy restarting in a massive fucking way, where demand just like exploded, okay? And our final stage of the fucking trade war with China and like some Chinese retaliation in that process, built on top of a logistics like a logistical grid that is built around shoestrings that have like constant fucking flow of supplies coming in that relies on grocery stocking that occurs immediately, but also has just the right amount of groceries so there's no surplus. We talked about this during COVID as well. Just-in-time production, yes. Lol, it's not COVID. No, COVID plays a role in that as well. We talked about it during COVID, the just-in-time production slash, like, what is it called? What the fuck is it called when the grocery stores are... Is it just-in-time production? Just-in-time delivery? Like, where all of the fucking grocery stores no longer stock up on items, and specifically lean. Oh yeah, it's called lean manufacturing. Yes, lean manufacturing, where in order to reduce any sort of in order to increase profit margins and reduce any sort of surplus that you can't sell as quickly as possible, grocery stores stock up on items that will immediately fly off the fucking shelves. That's why we saw a gigantic problem with toilet. That's why we saw a huge problem with fucking Clorox wipes and shit like that in the beginning of the COVID pandemic.
What made them possible is a fundamental structural vulnerability in the way today's supply chains work. On April 13th, 2021, Boba Bliss, a small bubble tea shop in Dublin, California, posted on Facebook. They explained that they were having a hard time getting their ingredients, and that this would mean their menu would have to change daily, reflective of what they could actually get from their supplier. On April 15th, Mighty Boba in Canandaigua, New York, explained on Facebook that they would have to serve a smaller quantity of tapioca pearls in each drink and would no longer be offering extra as an option due to a shortage of this ingredient.
No!
Bing's Boba Tea in Tucson, Arizona said much the same 1 week later, and Tea Hut in San Francisco, California then announced that they would have to raise their prices due to a 26% rise in their ingredient costs. All across the country, shops selling this popular Taiwanese drink simply could not get ingredients in the quantities demanded, despite no dramatic increase in demand. However,
this is how the empire dies, boys. When I can't get my fucking boba, the amount of boba I want, and the appropriate amount of time I want it, that's how fucking empire dies.
Thousands of miles away, in Taiwan, where much of the world's bubble tea ingredients are made, things were operating fairly normally. With single-digit daily case numbers for much of COVID's reign, factories on the island were able to work at full force in a way they couldn't elsewhere, but still, somehow, Boba Bliss, Mighty Boba, Bing's Boba Tea, Tea Hut, and thousands of other shops across the US couldn't get their product. The problem had less to do with anything happening in Taiwan, and more with what was happening here, in the waters off the coast of Los Angeles. Throughout the first half of 2021, a rotating cast of dozens of cargo ships have dotted the Pacific's horizon. Each sat there, at anchor, sometimes for weeks, until a spot opened for them at the port of Los Angeles or Long Beach. This is abnormal. While the year prior it was possible for a ship or two to have to wait a day or two, it was never dozens of ships for dozens of days. Transit time from Taiwan to Los Angeles typically takes about 2 weeks, so an additional 10 days of waiting represents a near doubling of shipping times. The root cause of this was, of course, a perfect pandemic-fueled storm. As the 2020 holiday season approached, more people were getting back to work in the US, consumer spending was ticking up, and online shopping was exploding. With limited access to travel, restaurants, shows, and other services, physical products were one of the few ways people could spend their discretionary income. More goods than ever were coming from factories in Asia, and 49.1% of those imports to the US passed through one of just 2 ports, Los Angeles and Long Beach. Compared to a year prior, before COVID hit the US in earnest, February 2021 saw a 31% increase in ships and a 49% increase in container traffic at these 2.
Bro, someone said wait until the dock workers go on strike. Listen, because of how important commodity consumption is to the American to the American voter, I swear to God, I was thinking about this last night. The stevedore holds a profound amount of power. Okay? Like the amount of power that fucking delivery people, if completely unionized, truck drivers, if completely unionized, and stevedores have, they are unionized for the most part, like they could effectively dismantle the entire country. Like completely. Like it would break everything down. That's all you would need. Like we always talk about, like, oh man, there's not enough people, there's not enough of a unionized workforce. Like, yeah, that's true. But like that's all it would fucking take. It's all it would take for this shit to pop off, dude.
2 ports. They just couldn't keep up. Simultaneously, however, a significant tranche of dock workers were constantly out sick.
So could an asteroid? You think it's less likely to have overworked fucking dock workers and overworked truck drivers and delivery drivers to organize than a fucking asteroid striking? Are you insane?
Due to COVID itself or the quarantine procedures it demanded. But the disorder doesn't end there. While a year ago, a 20-foot container would cost about $1,800, they now run for $3,500. There's a regional shortage of shipping containers that's having global consequences. You see, in 2020, just as much of the world entered lockdowns, China's manufacturing industry was emerging from it. The entire world bought masks, personal protective equipment, and regular goods from the country, and once those containers arrived in ports like Long Beach, they were unloaded.
Oh no, man, 812, thank you for the
due to those destination countries' lockdowns, there wasn't really much that needed to be shipped out. For every 100 containers that are imported into the US, only 40 are exported. So containers stacked up in the places they weren't needed because they weren't needed, and they didn't make it back to places where they were, like Asia. In the case of the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, their capacity crunch means they don't even have the time to justify loading ships with empty containers for return to Asia. Not only that, but a shortage of truck drivers in the US means that it's tough to actually get empty containers back from their final destinations to ports to send them back to Asia. So, a shortage of shipping containers is worsening a shortage of shipping capacity, which is worsened by a shortage of port capacity, which is worsening the shortage of shipping containers, which itself is worsened by a shortage of truck drivers, all of which is causing a shortage of bubble tea ingredients. Shortages causing shortages causing shortages. It's a vicious cycle that is only worsening as economies reopen. Across the world, there's a proliferation of scarcity. Lumber prices in the US quadrupled after a predicted decline failed to manifest, and a boom in construction and renovation did instead. The use and construction of pools also accelerated as outdoor spaces became more valuable, spurring increased demand for chlorine, which, when mixed with reduced supply as a result of a fire at a major chlorine plant in Louisiana, led to sky-high prices and insufficient availability. As restaurants pivoted to takeout and delivery, bulk ketchup was out and single-serve packets were in, but with manufacturers unwilling to spend significantly to increase production capacity for a short-term bump, the packets became scarce, and companies started successfully selling them for $10 per 50
Oh
on
my
eBay.
God.
However, the greatest shortage of all can be seen here, in the empty parking lots of Anchorage, Alaska's airport. The state relies heavily on—
The chatter asks, what capacity does my father have to... in what capacity can someone like my father organize when he's a self-employed driver who will see others striking as an opportunity to make more money? Dude, for the record, like, just tell your dad about how much money fucking unionized truck drivers make in California, and he will understand. Scabbing for short-term profits is literally the dumbest thing he can do. Oh my fucking God, dude. Unionized truck drivers make like, in California, some unionized truck drivers unironically make like 200 grand a year and shit. Like you're so fucking stupid. This is literally the reason. They have so much power. Independent truckers are just cucked. Dock union driver started at $175,000. Yeah, it's so fucking dumb. Self-employed truck drivers can make more than 200K. What the fuck, lol? Okay. You have no protection, none whatsoever. I used to work for accounting for a trucking company. We had drivers making over 500K a year. Yeah, I'm local 680 out of Los Angeles and I make over 100K and I don't even drive out of state. See? And benefits too. Truck drivers are fucking fat, dude. I mean, it's awesome. They deserve it. People are always shocked when they fucking hear about how much money truck drivers make. Meanwhile, your dad's out in like fucking Arkansas thinking he's making a pretty penny at like 200K. And if you get sick, you're fucked. You have no protection. Yo, what the fuck? I want to be a truck driver. Lmao, what the fuck? I wonder how many truck drivers watch me, actually. While they're fucking big mother trucking. Meanwhile, people are like, dude, you're fucking...
1 year deep in this,
You're exploiting your fans. Nah, it's just all truckers, dude. Not a trucker, but I hang out at truck stops a lot. Yeah, you're a lot lizard. You can all get your CDL. School costs $5K. I got my CDL last year.
on its summer tourism.
Yeah, it's hard on the body though, and hard to make a career since automation will get rid of those jobs pretty soon. But there's a huge shortage right now. Truckers are big in demand. Yeah, it is really hard on the body. It's like you're like a Twitch streamer. You're just sitting and driving for fucking hours and hours and hours, and sitting for that long is never good. It's just not good. It is very, very unhealthy. All right, let's keep going.
Season, and after missing it last year, 2021 season is crucial. Facing uncertainty about the legality of their operation until May, cruise companies canceled many of their summer sailings to Alaska, so this year is all about independent, domestic tourists. To traverse the vast wilderness of the last frontier, independent travelers need rental cars. However, these travelers can't get rental cars. Regardless of which date you search in summer 2021, there simply isn't availability. For the lucky few who do find one, current market rates are over $500 a day for a compact car. American travelers can now legally, safely, and easily go to Alaska, but they can't get around Alaska, which means that eager travelers aren't going. You see, during the depths of the pandemic, Hertz and her
I don't know, man. My dad's also a self-employed truck driver, considers himself a left-wing liberal, but knows he could never strike because he would lose everything that he spent decades scrapping for, which is lower middle-class working poor. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. My dad has been a trucker his entire life, and we've never even known what 6 digits would be like. It kills you, causes death for my grandpa. Might as well have been truck driving, and it'll probably be the same for my dad. Dude, you literally answered. Like, you're getting mad at me for stating a factually correct statement about how fucking average salaries of a unionized truck driver is so goddamn high, and you're mad at me for delivering that information to you. How the fuck is he gonna strike if he's a fucking contracted self-driver? Like, I literally just told you. I mean, I don't know what the, I don't know how to solve your problem. I don't know what state your dad is in, but you're mad at me while you're describing the issue at hand. Like, you're mad at me for telling you how much unionized truck drivers make. Okay, just think about that for a second. Truckers at my work make more than everyone in the office, including the CEO and president. How anyone could be against private sector union?
I love you. Easiest prime sub ever.
Anyway. Aren't truck drivers' salaries also factoring in gas truck costs? My parents say they make $200K, but then they bring home like $14K lol. It depends. My dad's a fucking moron. You think that's funny? How so much for the talent left? Okay, he's not. I'm not saying that.
Price, National, and other rental car companies sold off much of their fleets of cars. They needed money somehow, and it wasn't coming from rentals themselves. Now, however, with vaccinations easily available to all in the US, there is demand for rentals, yet no supply. In Alaska especially, with its highly seasonal tourism market, it's normal for the rental car companies to sell off their old vehicles in the fall and purchase new ones in spring, but the latter half of that didn't happen this year because there's a massive global shortage of new cars, and manufacturers are simply unable to fulfill the huge orders rental car companies are asking for. You see, in spring 2020, as COVID took hold of the globe, car manufacturers canceled and reduced their orders for components as they anticipated reduced demand for new vehicles.
How can you truly fight for the middle class and workers if the only reason you fight for them is because of their political beliefs, not truly what they fight for? Your house is $2.7 million. Shut the fuck up. I guess I'm on, dude. Jesus is the Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fucking absolutely destroyed me. Yeah, fuck truck drivers now. You should not unionize, actually. Hasan, you got mentioned during a TI-10 commentary? What the fuck is that?
We're right on that. Demand did go down, as it tends to during any recession, but it recovered faster than anyone imagined. Regardless, the plan was that, once recovery started, they'd boost component orders and manufacturing in step. The problem was that they're now at the back of the line, and for one critical component of modern automobiles, there's quite a long line. Computer chips are sold out everywhere. It was the perfect storm of circumstances. First, the US's trade war with China caused the country's manufacturers to start stockpiling the chips. Then, COVID led to production shutdowns in certain areas of the world, demand for consumer electronics exploded as people spent more time at home, and now, even the solution is causing problems, as silicon is both needed in computer chips and vaccine vials. Altogether, the reasons are complex, but the result is clear. This is why you still can't easily buy a PS5, this is why Samsung likely won't release a new Galaxy smartphone this year, and this is why you can't get a rental car in Alaska. In a twist of cruel irony, the car industry is culpable for all of this. That's because, decades ago, the very industry that is now suffering the hardest propagated a system that made shortages such as this so possible. 80 years ago, as Japan emerged from World War II, Toyota had a problem. The world was marching towards further globalization, and Japan especially was starting to develop a trade relationship with the US. American car manufacturers at the time, though, had a huge cost edge over their Japanese counterparts. Especially during the post-war economic boom, demand for their vehicles was so high that American manufacturers had incredible economies of scale. Their process was batch manufacturing. At a given time, a given assembly line would build one type of one model of one vehicle exclusively.
iPhone won't get here
Then
until
they'd switch to another type
October.
of another model, and so on and so forth. With this, the manufacturers could use massive production lines working at breakneck pace, unlike Toyota's. Theirs were small and slow. The domestic car market in Japan was limited, and it demanded quite a lot of variety in vehicle types. This meant that they didn't have the scale to make batch manufacturing work well, at least as well as in the US. Their inability to realize the gains of batch manufacturing meant they simply would have to have higher prices compared to their new American competitors, but there just wasn't a clear alternative. So they created one. They created the Toyota Production System. It had two core principles, starting with automation. Not automation, automation. It was their term for the efficient use of automation. Now, complete automation would require machines to build cars, plus diagnose any problems, plus fix those problems, but having machines fix their own problems is very complicated and very expensive.
This fucking sucks right now. I can't believe I'm doing this, but
money's tighter and hope
guys,
this
I
time
gotta
sub
go.
helps Kappa.
I just fucking realized that like there's an incredible amount of traffic for the place I'm supposed to be going to right now, and I might actually be late. Fuck. Thanks for the gifted, Brian Goodman, for the 5 gifted subs. I thought that this was gonna. Oh, this sucks.
I like nothing more than Kusi, except the top of the hour.
I have to go. I
Wow, a
made
12
an
month
obligation. I said that I was gonna go and film something, and LA traffic is like totally cucking me, and I'm gonna be incredibly fucking late.
Sag.
Regardless. But yeah, I'll update you guys on Instagram as always, and on Twitter too. You know, here I'm running the ad, the last ad here. Just take a jet. I can't. It's
Got to get in that
not far enough. Okay. I told you guys I was gonna do a short stream today, but I didn't realize how fucking short. I mean, I thought I could at least finish this video. Yeah, I just need to take my private helicopter and then problem solved. You know what I mean? This is when zip lines will work. Yeah, straight up. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go, boys. I'm sorry. I just realized. Holy fuck!
Well.
I'm glad I put the fucking. I'm glad I put the address in my Google Maps. I was like, oh my god, the fucking. Ugh, I hate traffic so much. I fucking despise it. I fucking
2 months
absolutely hate it. It
Following
is
a year
literally
now
the
that misclicked
worst
and
fucking
unfollowed,
thing.
And now my original follow
And
date is
almost
wrong, Sag.
entirely on fucking highways and shit too. It's just the absolute fucking worst.
Good.
Public transport is a good idea. I wish there was fucking more public transport. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you all. All right, bye.